Salute everybody. Welcome to the Player's Choice, where I'm the biggest player from the Himalaya, baby. Shout out to my brother Ron. Shout out to my understudy Grilltown. And I
Understudy.
don't know where Mars is at. I don't know where he's
Understudy.
at. Yeah,
Understudy.
I don't know where.
You know where Mars is.
I don't know
Mars
where.
don't want to talk about the facts that the Bucks have officially fired Adrian Griffin.
Oh yeah. Listen. But listen.
Breaking news.
I want to start by saying this. Right now, I've been the one on this channel, respectfully, that's always defended Doc Rivers against the heinous disrespect that has been put on his name time and time and time again. And I feel like that is very dishonorable and disrespectful of a man of such. Now, I want to read a list of names to you guys because nobody in the history of NBA basketball, in my opinion, who has won a championship gets as much disrespect as Doc Rivers does. But I want to name a list of guys for you guys, two lists of guys, and I want y'all to think about this. The first list I'm going to name is in this order: Greg Popovich, Don Nelson, Lenny Wilkins, Jerry Sloan, Pat Riley, George Karl, Phil Jackson, Larry Brown, and Doc Rivers. I'm going to repeat that list again: Greg Popovich, Don Nelson, Lenny Wilkins, Jerry Sloan, Pat Riley, George Karl, Phil Jackson, Larry Brown, Doc Rivers. And then I'll add two more on: Rick Adelman and Bill Fitch. Those are the top 10 winningest coaches in the history of NBA professional basketball. Those are the top 1. Doc Rivers is a top 7 coach in the history of this illustrious game of basketball as far as winning and winning a chip. And Chilltown, I want to give you another list. And I want you guys to check this other list I'm going to give y'all right now. This other list I'm going to give you, see, this is how I ether these guys, Chilltown. When these guys come on here and say the stuff that they say to me and just, very disrespectful to a guy like Doc Rivers, who's a great guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Doc has put on a lot of guys. A lot of coaches come up under Doc, and he doesn't get the respect. But I want to give you some names. I'm going to give you a name by the guy by the name of Chilltown knows this guy. I don't know if Bob knows this guy. Frank Layden. I think Chilltown knows who that was. That was the coach before Jerry Sloan went over there to the Utah Jazz, right? Rick Adelman. I know Ron and Bob Oxford know who that is. Mike D'Antoni, Byron Scott, Kevin Lowry, Mike Fratello, the Czar. Everybody know about the Czar. The late great Hubie Brown, George Karl, Jerry Sloan, Don Nelson, and also I'm going to add a couple more names onto that right now, just for style points to show y'all something. Because I want to hammer home a point, Ron, of the dishonor and the blatant, and do I mean blatant, Ron, disrespect that we have seen for the great Doc Rivers. And we see, if we come on here and we say something, we got to say it. We got to tell the truth, Chill 10, if we're going to tell something on this channel. So Chill, I want to add these names onto that list. Lenny Wilkins, right? Add that name onto the list, Chill Town. Lenny Wilkins, right? Also, I want to add on Bill Fitch, right? I also want to add on, I can't remember if Cotton Fitzsimmons won a championship or not, but Nate McMillan, Cotton Fitzsimmons, Nate McMillan, Gene Shue, right? Flip Saunders, right? All those coaches don't get the disrespect that Doc Rivers gets. But none of those coaches I named, Chilton, have won a championship. Now, these coaches are, for the most part, all celebrated. For the most part. They don't get the scathing criticism. Everybody says, oh, Doc is living off one chip. He's had all this failure. Doc is one of the top 7 winningest coaches in the history of basketball, and he's one of the rare ones that have a championship. All those other guys I just named are great coaches that we never complain about. Chill. How many people you see criticizing Rick Adelman? How many people, Chilltown, do you see criticize? How many people, Chilltown? And let me throw in Mike Brown's name in there too, because Mike Brown is up there too. Mike Brown he's a big time one. How many people you see criticize Flip Saunders, the late Flip Saunders, Chilltown? How many people you see criticize Nate McMillan as much as Doc Rivers, Chilltown? Think about all these names I'm giving y'all, Ron, because I'm putting some truth serum on these cats today, like Mars and these guys who come in here and disrespect Doc Rivers, bro, and just make it seem like Chilltown, he's some bum of a coach, bro. And that bothers me, brother. That bothers me, man, because nobody disrespects Jerry Sloan like that, Chilltown. How many people you see running around disrespecting Jerry Sloan? And Chilltown, Jerry Sloan had Karl Malone and John Stockton and Jeff Hornacek and all those other guys. Byron Scott. Who disrespects Jerry Sloan, Chilltown? Who disrespects Don Nelson with Nelly Ball, Chilltown? Who's running around here saying he was a bum? Who disrespects George Karl, Chilltown? Who's running around here saying, hey, man, George Karl ain't nothing, man, he trash? Who disrespects the late, great Hubie Brown,
Yo,
Chilltown?
ticket. I got two $25 super chats. We got to change the subject.
Hey, that's cool. Hey, look, that's cool. And
We going to ticket. This ain't no.
That's not 25.
We'll be
that's
back.
NBA money. That's less than 25. Sorry.
We gonna get.
That's Canadian. That's Canadian. That's $18, Ron. That's $18.
Well, Dirt TV sent through a super chat. It said, "Gotta apologize for my ticket slander in the past. Bruh showed them stats, and I was impressed. He was a real hooper, and I appreciated you being open enough to tell us about your journey to make it to the NBA. Respect."
I appreciate it, but let me finish. Kevin Lowry, Byron. Hold on, Chilltown. Byron Scott went to 2 NBA finals.
Not letting y'all off the hook today.
No. Hey, hold on, Chilltown. But I want y'all to really think about this. How many people, Ron, really think about this real quick. Let's just stay with Jerry Sloan, Chilltown. Jerry Sloan, for most of his career, had Karl Malone and John Stockton, 2 lock Hall of Famers, right?
Right.
That team said they were underachievers because they never won a chip and they only peaked at the end of their tenure together, Karl Malone and John Stockton. And Jerry Sloan was the coach for that team, right? Bro, why don't nobody hold those guys to the same levels they hold Doc Rivers to, the same criticism, bro?
Let's not discredit Jerry Sloan to big up Doc though.
But
it's not that we doing that. It's not that we doing that. The problem that we have, ticket.
I'm with Doc. I'm with Doc on this one though.
All the stuff that you said, ticket about Doc in terms of the winning, that stuff matters. We can't look past that. And I will not look past that. The problem that we have is the failures that he's had have been monumental. That's what people look at. Losing 3-1 leads, not just losing 3-1 leads, having bomb squads and not being able to get it done with these bomb squads.
We can't say that, but hold on, chill, stop right there. We can't say that about Mike D'Antoni?
We absolutely can say that about
him. Okay, but hold on. But they don't criticize. Hold on. D'Antoni never won a chip, and he don't get half the criticism that Doc Rivers gets.
Yes,
let's talk about Jerry Sloan, Chilltown. Chilltown, what about all the Chilltown? Jerry Sloan was picked to win a championship against Mike and them and lost.
He was. Yes, he was.
And nobody holds him to the same standard as they hold Doc Rivers. It wasn't like Doc was picked to win the championship. Jerry Sloan had teams where he was picked to win the chip. These are facts, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Here's the last thing I'm gonna leave you with. Chill. Here's the last thing I'm gonna leave you with. When we talk about Doc Rivers' first team was the Orlando Magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
He overachieved that Orlando Magic team. And think about one thing, Ron, and you guys. What do we always know Tracy McGrady as? With or without Doc Rivers? A guy who couldn't get out the first round.
We don't got to discredit T-Mac to big up Doc Rivers. We don't got to discredit T-Mac to big up Doc Rivers.
T-Mac, one of my favorite players in NBA history, Bob. I'm just telling the truth.
I'm saying you could have did this. You could have showed love to Doc without discrediting.
No. Just follow me 1 second.
I got you.
We blame Doc. They blame Doc for T-Mac in Orlando being up 3-1 and T-Mac saying, "Yo, we getting out the first round before the series over." Doc didn't say that. T-Mac said that, and then he didn't close the series. Then let's talk about the next stop, Chilltown, with Chris Paul and the Clippers. Chris Paul was already known as a choke artist before he got with Doc Rivers in New Orleans. But they put that all on Doc. Oh, that's Doc's fault. Chris Paul choked. Chris Paul choked then, before then, and after Doc too. Everybody put that, and we saw him choke in Phoenix as well. But everybody put that on Doc, only on Doc. Then let's go to another one, Chilltown. Let's go to the next one, Chilltown. Let's go to the next one. So the next one is Paul George. Before Doc Rivers coached Paul George, everybody was calling him Pandemic P and said he was a flop artist in the playoffs with OKC and a couple years in Indiana. They already said that before he came with Doc. Only with Doc gets the blame for that dude being a choke artist. Then let's go to James Harden. James Harden have choked every single year, Chilltown. He's one of the worst superstar closeout players in NBA history. But only when he gets to Doc, they blame it on Doc, because this dude scored single digits in a closeout game to go to the NBA Eastern Conference Finals last year, bro. Make it make sense to me, brother.
Nah, Ticket's spitting right now. I do think that Doc. Well, no, I don't think it's the truth. Doc has had 3 superstars that don't perform like superstars when the lights get bright.
Even without him. Even without Doc, before Doc, all these guys I told you had a history before Doc, except for
And
T-Mac.
after.
T-Mac played
Before
for Doc,
and
and
after.
after.
I mean, did Paul Pierce? I mean, that's well.
Paul
I mean,
George,
that
Paul
Utah, Paul George. My bad, Paul George.
Okay,
That was that. There was that. Okay. See, that was like what against Utah that time. But other than that, Doc can't be blamed for how Paul Pierce played against Denver or Paul George. I keep saying Paul Pierce. My bad, because I'm thinking about Doc in the Celtics.
You talking about against Denver? Yeah.
That's I can't. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna give you that one with Paul George before that. And on top of that, Chilltown, you called all those teams bomb squads. I disagree with that Clippers team. The Chris Paul's Clippers teams. I don't consider that a bomb squad.
It was a bomb squad.
I don't consider that a bomb squad. You had Orlando too. No, I don't consider that a bomb squad.
I never said Orlando. I never said Orlando.
No, I'm just thinking of just everything that Tick was saying too, mixing what you were saying. Mm-hmm. I think Doc Rivers is beginning the short end of the stick. I mean, it's like all these situations. Ticket just defended Doc Rivers, and I'm good with that. But I realized Ticket, you just defended like six or seven different situations. So that leads me to believe like about 6 times I got to defend. But look, I got to defend. Hold on, Ticket. You got to defend. You got to defend how many times his teams have folded under pressure. That's making me feel like
but let me ask you.
He's the common denominator though, right? He's the common. Hold on, because you said a lot before I answer that question. So let me get back to you said a lot right there. I'm thinking you got to defend Doc Rivers too much, and it's like, bro, that's a common denominator. That's how we look at things in life, right? If the same thing keeps happening, but
if I'm not lying,
but what I'm trying to say is thinking because hold on, because I'm in support of Doc Rivers. I'm not saying this to say that I don't think that. I think Doc Rivers is a much better coach than Adrian Griffin. I'm sure of it. You know what I'm saying I think that this particular situation, I'm not with them firing Adrian Griffin like this when they're doing so good as a team. I'm disappointed in Giannis. I'm disappointed in Dame for, I guess, causing this to happen because you don't like the system you're coaching. That wasn't them. Well, I'm just saying what I was hearing yesterday. So
regardless, it was Bobby Porter.
Bobby Porter, but they're not gonna fire him for Bobby Porter.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened. I'm finna tell you.
They're not gonna fire him for Bobby Porter. That can't be it. So hold on, Ticket. Hold on,
Ticket. Let him finish his spiel. He's
not gonna lie. When I know people that's in the organization, he's not gonna lie.
Okay, Ticket, relax, bro. Relax. I don't care why he got fired unless it's something that he did that's irreparable.
I care. But keep going, Doc. Keep going.
I mean, what I'm saying is unless it was something that was just irreparable that he did something, something crazy that he did, I don't see why would you fire somebody that's clearly the team is. Look at the results. People are talking. That's the problem with players now. You got to buy into your coaching system, or you got to buy in. You know what I'm saying? You can't just because you don't like the system or you don't like your coach's style. If it's winning basketball games, you don't got no right to act that way. So I don't care what players. They're winning games. Ticky, you can't tell me shit about that. I'm looking at the record. I'm looking at the record. They're winning games.
How many championships did you win in your career, Bob? Because I can tell.
What's that got to do with what
Milwaukee is full gold. They are.
Hold 1 second. Chill. Hold 1 second. Chill. Chill. But hold 1 second. Chill. Hold 1 second. Because you know I got sauce. Chill. You know I ain't lying. Now, I'm finna address what Bob just said. I'm finna tell you the truth about the situation, bro. The truth is this. Here's the truth, Chilltown. Terry Stotts, who was a veteran coach in the league for many years, went on the staff to help the guy. Now, hold on. I'm telling you the truth. Hold on, Bob. I'm finna tell y'all the truth. Hold on 1 second, Bob. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Just let me tell you what happened real quick. I'm just telling you this. Hold on, Bob. I'm telling you the truth.
He wasn't worth the damn, Chilltown.
Right. No. But hold on.
Terry Stotts sold that team so many times.
Hold on. Let me say this to you. Here's the one thing. Here's the reason why I had to disagree just slightly with you on that. And I'm going to tell you why. Because you guys, when I come in here and argue with you guys, and Chill knows this, and Ron knows this, when I come in here and argue with you guys,
you're arguing with yourself, really, because I'm not even really disagreeing with nothing.
Let me just say my sentence. Let me just say my sentence.
Let
me say my sentence, Ox. All I'm saying is this. When I come in here, and Ron, you know this. When I say that Dame had a championship roster in Portland, you guys say no, he didn't. So how are you going to expect the coach to win when he's running into the Warriors every year, which y'all told me, and he don't have a championship level roster? But what was Terry Stotts doing? He was hold on. He was winning 50+ games every year getting to the playoffs, but y'all said that the reason why they couldn't win a chip is because Dame didn't have a championship roster. So that's not the coach's fault. That's management's fault. So let's start right there, right? So, and I'm not bigging up Terry Stotts. I'm just saying what they told me. Now, here's the last thing. The truth, what happened was Terry Stotts went to help the coach because he saw Chilltown that the coach didn't really know what he was doing and the players weren't receptive to it from day one. So in the practice, the reason why he quit Chilltown is because he was trying to help instruct the players on what they needed to do. And the coach called a coaches meeting and told the coaches to come over. And Terry said, hold on one second, let me finish telling him something. He said, nah, come over. And when Terry didn't come over, he cussed him out in front of the team. And Terry quit. He went to the front office and said, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. I quit. He tendered his resignation and quit. Then after that, Chilltown, this is why he got fired. The team was already monitoring him the whole time. They didn't like his schemes. They didn't like what was going on defensively because the team had fell off, even though the management had made a mistake for trading Dame. These are facts, Chilltown. They made a mistake when you traded your defense. We talked about this. But Bobby Portis in the bubble, it happened with Ron's team, the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers have beat them 4 times already. When they lost in the bubble, Bobby Portis went crazy and he snapped on the coach. The coach came to the locker room and blamed all the players. And Bobby Portis said, nah, mother F, it's you. You the problem. You don't know what the hell you're doing. And when that happened, Doc Rivers was consulted right there in Vegas in the in-season tournament. So they called Doc Rivers, and Doc Rivers was behind the scenes trying to help Adrian Griffin and consult Adrian Griffin. Adrian Griffin did not take Doc Rivers' advice, and that's why they fired Adrian Griffin because of the incident he got. Bobby Portis went to Giannis, he went to Dame, he went to Chris Middleton, and he went to the other big fella on the team and told them that the coach was trying to trade him based off the situation they had. This is stuff y'all didn't know that I know. And when he did that, the ownership went to Giannis, to Dame, to Middleton and the big fella and said, listen, this is a situation. Y'all want us to move Bobby or y'all want to keep the coach? They said, nah, we rolling with Bob. We want a championship. That's exactly what happened. It had nothing to do with Giannis going in there saying, I want him fired. Giannis had nothing to do with that. Giannis actually was helping him keep his job because they wanted to get rid of him earlier in the season. But Doc Rivers was consulting him since they lost that Indiana game in the in-season tournament, and Bobby Portis went in the locker room and cussed the coach out and dressed him down in front of everybody. That's why the coach was heated, and he went to management and said, you either trade him or I want out. That's exactly what happened. They didn't move Bobby Portis at that time, but they told Bobby's agent that they was thinking about moving him. Bobby made his play.
Stop right there. Ho. Stop right there. So a first-year coach who's never been a head coach, we ain't even halfway through the season, right? He gets into it with one of his players who's a rotation guy.
A coach and a player.
A good player, but a rotation guy. He gets into it with him, and he says to management, either you trade him or I'm out. That's what you're selling.
Hold on.
That's what you're selling.
Hold on. Listen to me right now. I'm not lying to you.
I'm not asking you if you're lying, Ticket. I'm not asking you if you're lying. Bobby Portis may have been. I'm not fighting that Bobby Portis had something to do with this because it was a personnel issue in Milwaukee. It wasn't just scheme. It was a personnel issue.
No. It was hold on. It was schemes, and here's why you're wrong. It was schemes because check this out. Bobby Portis called the coach. Hold on, chill. Listen, chill. Because Woj is gonna come report this. And you're gonna see I'm right when he comes and gives you the full story today. That it was the schemes because what happened was Bobby Portis was the original one. Before he went off on the coach in the in-season tournament, Bobby Portis called a private meeting with the team and said that this ish ain't working. The schemes ain't working. So you know what they did? Giannis and Bobby Portis and the other leaders on the team that won a chip went to have a meeting with the coach and asked him to change the schemes, and he did. Now, he did do that. He tried to change back to what the old coach did. The problem was he's not that coach. So that those schemes wasn't working under his tutelage. So he did try to acquiesce to the players because his scheme wasn't working. You understand what I'm saying? It wasn't just about Dame Dollar. It was other things that was going on too. I can't tell you about Chill. But Chill. I'm telling you the truth. You're going to hear about it from Woj. Woj is going to tell you that and those players, and I hold my hand to God, Chilltown.
Right.
This situation. And listen, Bobby Portis went over there. He was a big part of them helping the chip. He's a big voice in the locker room. He's a cornerstone of the locker room. Ox know this, and you know this too. You don't have to be a star player.
I'm not fighting. I'm not fighting that part. What I am saying though is that when you're talking about a team that's built to win now, Adrian Griffin is a good coach. This just wasn't his job. That's all. That's all it was. It wasn't. It wasn't that. It wasn't that he sucks as a coach. No, he should be more. He should have been in Toronto or Charlotte or Washington, something like that, developing team. This team right now.
You think he's a more developmental coach?
I think not only is he more of a developmental coach, I think he's a better motivator with young guys. This team right here is built to win right now. Right. So a guy like Monty Williams, if Monty Williams would have came over, I think he would have been a little bit different in this in this segment as opposed to being in Detroit. Right. So when you're talking about Adrian Griffin he's got experience, but I can tell you right now, when you're talking about moving over from one seat to the next, that damn thing gets hot. Right. That damn thing. I can't talk to players as an assistant coach like I can talk to players as a head coach. I can't be around players as an assistant coach like I can when I am as a head coach. And it's different schemes. Don't forget to mention too, Ron, that we're also talking about a personnel issue too. So the schemes that Adrian Griffin wants to run, the things that he wants to implement, he doesn't have the personnel for that because you lose your entire perimeter defense. When you do that, and on top of when you lose that, everything matters with the messenger. Big Ox I'm pretty sure that Dale Harris told Kobe Bryant and Shaq and Eddie Jones that you got to sacrifice. It sounds a lot different coming from Chill.
Chill.
It sounds a lot different.
Chill. You hit the head. Ron, this is the last thing, Ron. You hit the hammer on the nail. He's a good coach, and Bob, you're right. He's not a bad coach, Bob. But Bob, you know one thing, bro. When you a player who those core guys won a championship except for Dame. They seen what championship basketball looked like as far as a coaching aspect. And as far as that situation, Bobby Portis did too. Remember, Bobby Portis has been up and real down this year. He's not been nowhere near the same as he was last year. And Bobby Portis and these other guys.
And that's what I'm saying. So what I agree with that. I agree that that they won the championship. That's a fact. I can't disagree with that. I'm saying that that's not the only way to win a championship. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm
saying is if what go ahead, Ron.
I gotta read this super chat. It's a bunch in here. David Mujanaya said, "Today is the day we get Ron's James Harden story. Also, my other chat. So I'm gonna get to your other chat first because that's more important than this James Harden story. I don't want to disrupt from the show. I don't want to distract everybody. We need to be talking about Doc Rivers and not the person who failed him time after time after time again, James Harden. So, David, I appreciate you for sending this equivalent to $25.22 super chat through. And I'm going to get to your other chat. David said, if Melo was drafted by the Pistons, would he have the most rings out of him, Wade, Bosh, Bron by the time the Heatles break up in 2004?
Yes, they would have never got together. If Carmelo would have went to the Pistons, he would have won a championship his first year, and he'd probably won two more because remember, they lost on a one shot. They lost another finals on one shot where helped down. Rashid helped out Robert Horry. That's another championship because Melo on that team helps their scoring a whole lot more. Remember, that team has trouble scoring. They went to 6 Eastern Conference Finals without Carmelo in that time. With Carmelo, they go to the championship and win because remember, those teams in the West, seeing a guy like Carmelo Anthony offensively with the defense that the Pistons had, the Pistons were manhandling teams defensively. That wasn't the key. That wasn't the issue. The issue was they had problems scoring the basketball. So Melo would have probably had 3 or 4 rings. The Heat probably would have never got together because of how things would have wound up. The history would have went different. Now I'm not saying LeBron James wouldn't have got rings because I do believe LeBron James would have got rings. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying that with him. With the Miami Heat, I don't think that goes the same because that original plan was supposed to be for Melo, not for Chris Bosh.
I disagree with Ticket. I think that Larry Brown would have wrecked Carmelo Anthony. Larry Brown had a big problem playing with.
Did he wreck AI?
Playing young guys, and in addition to him playing young guys, if you go back and you look at the 2004 Olympic team, do any of you guys up here know who played the least amount of minutes on that crew? I'll tell you, Carmelo Anthony played the least amount of minutes on that Olympic team. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put Carmelo Anthony on a championship level team right out of college to start, and he's going to jump in that lineup, and he's going to be
won a championship in college.
No, he is not. That's not going to happen. I think Larry Brown would have wrecked him. I do think that they would have won. I do think that they would have won. He didn't get Larry Brown. Larry Brown didn't get Allen Iverson right out of college. That's not what happened. He got
here's my point.
That's why.
So you don't think they win that first championship?
I do think they win it. I do think that they win it, but I don't think that they win it off the strength of Carmelo.
So you don't think? Hold on. You don't think with Carmelo Anthony?
I do think that they would have won it. 100%. They would have won it.
I ain't talking about that one. We established that one. Let's talk about the other one. You don't think they would have beat the Spurs?
I absolutely believe that Larry Brown would have wrecked Carmelo Anthony. I do believe that.
So hold on. So
and I
let me
believe
ask
that.
you a question.
And I believe that.
Don't you think Larry would have got him to play some defense?
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Bob.
I think he could have helped build mold Carmelo into a complete athlete. I think it really depends. I think it really depends on Melo more than anything. If he buys into it, listens to Chauncey, listens to Rasheed, Rip. If he takes that constructive criticism, I think that could have molded Carmelo into a more whole.
Why couldn't George Karl do it then? Why couldn't George Karl do it?
Maybe just a different approach. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not sure.
Larry Brown's approach. Larry Brown's approach.
No. Bob is right. Bob is right. Bob is Chilltown. Bob is right. It ain't just the coaching. Bob is right. Listen to what else Bob said, because Bob hit it on the head. It's the other pieces around him too. When you playing with a guy like Big Ben Wallace, let me tell you something, bro. You ain't playing around, F around and find out. You're not playing around when you playing against. Chauncey even said it. Chauncey said, man, if we had Melo, we won more chips. Chauncey said that right there. We won at least 2 more chips. We got Melo. Chauncey said this. Go to Google that, Chilltown.
I do understand that part, but I saw Larry Brown, the way he handled him on that Olympic team. I saw how he was handling.
But that's the Olympics, Chilltown.
Right, and now what we're going to do is we're going to put him on a championship level team. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put him on a crew. We're going to put him in. We're going to put him in Detroit with Rip Hamilton. We're going to put him with Ben Wallace, with Rasheed Wallace, with Chauncey Billups. Right, we're going to put him on a championship team. A kid right out of school. Don't forget, it's not like Carmelo Anthony played 4 years at Syracuse. He's a 19, 20-year-old kid getting on this unit.
Ready, right or wrong?
Not only is he a 19, 20-year-old kid, he's a 19, 20-year-old kid who's used to starting and playing the way he plays, who plays the way he plays everywhere he goes. Now all of a sudden, what's going to happen is he's going to get on this Detroit team, and Larry Brown going to switch his whole game.
So he wanted everything. I didn't say that.
When he got to Denver, they gave him the basketball, and they turned him loose. That's not what's going to happen.
Did he switch it? Hold on. Did he let AI be AI, Chill?
If I'm not mistaken, Allen Iverson was begging to be traded. That was going to happen in Philadelphia.
I'm asking, did Larry Brown? I'm asking, hold on, Chill, as your brother, did Larry Brown let AI be AI?
Not immediately, he didn't.
No. Hold on.
Allen Iverson will tell you at that point, there was a point where he had asked to be traded. True.
No, Chill.
He wanted out.
Chill.
So now,
you're right, Chill. Hold on. I don't disagree with you on that. What I'm saying to you is this. This is the dynamics you're forgetting. Bob is right. Melo came in the league a champion as a freshman, led his team to win a national championship.
Right.
He came under great coaching under Jim Boeheim over at Syracuse. So him and Larry Brown are best friends. So Larry Brown is going to take care of Melo coming into the league. Jim Boeheim and Larry Brown are best friends, if you know that. From way back. They go way back. So him coming in the league, he's supposed to go to the Pistons. Joe Dumars is the one who made the dumb move and when it got Darko Milicic based off one workout. So all I'm saying to you is this. Bob was right. If he goes to that situation and you're playing with those guys, you're playing with Chauncey, who's a steady point guard, who knows how to get guys involved. Because remember, Bob, what happened when Chauncey went over there and played with Melo in Denver? They went right to the Western Conference Finals. The first year Chauncey came over there, right to the Western Conference Finals. Correct. So don't tell me that. So you put him with a prime Chauncey.
I didn't even think about that. That's a fact.
Right. The reason why you didn't think about that, Bob, is because now we're talking about a Carmelo Anthony 7 years later. We ain't talking about a 20-year-old kid. Those two things are not the same thing.
At 20 years old, he led the team to the playoffs, right?
And not only that, when you're talking about bringing Carmelo Anthony onto this Detroit Pistons team, he was also on that Syracuse team where Jim Boeheim turned him loose. Larry Brown is not turning him loose on this crew. He's not doing that.
Chill though. I don't think Melo necessarily has to be turned loose, because here's the biggest thing with Melo on that team.
Hitters over there.
You got Chauncey Billups, great two-way player. You got Rip Hamilton, great two-way player. I'm gonna leave Tayshaun out of this, even though we can't talk about him, but I'm gonna leave him out of this. You got Rasheed Wallace, great two-way player. You got Ben Wallace.
Why you want to leave Tayshaun out?
No, because I'm assuming these 5 are playing together. So I'm saying you got him playing next to those 4. His role is going to be diminished a lot, but he's going to be put in situations where he has no choice but to be successful. Spot up shooter, one dribble pull-ups, things of that nature. He's not going to be asked to do too much. So it's going to be, as we know, Melo's one of the better scorers in history. You know the easy buckets he'll be getting coming off pin down screens. That offense was very crisp, and Larry Brown ran a good system. The way that the positions that Melo would be put in, it would be easy for him to eat in that offense. He won't be asked to do too much. He'll have a good role. I think as the time goes on, his role will expand. So now as it gets to 2006, 2007, Okay, these guys are getting older. Now Melo, it's like you take the reins and you do more on offense, but you've learned and you've progressed slowly. It's similar to when you look at certain quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes, he got time to sit back and develop behind Alex Smith. What's his name for the Packers right now? He got time to sit. Jordan Love. He got time to sit back under Aaron Rodgers. Even Tom Brady behind Drew Brees. We've seen this happen with multiple stars when they get a chance to progress slowly and they get brought along patiently. It actually does them more justice as opposed to when you just throw them in the fire. Now we knew Melo was good enough to come and average 20 out the gates, but he didn't get a chance to really learn from older vets, the NBA game and stuff like that. You can't sit here and tell me Kobe too. Music by P. You can't tell me that Melo wouldn't have been better if he would have got to learn under these vets. And keep in mind, you know the type of you know the type
not my issue. But keep going. I'm sorry.
You know the type of guys that both of the Wallaces are. Chauncey Billups as well. They would have sat Melo down and been like, "Look, we're not doing this over here. You got to learn. You got to do it this way, and you got to learn this way, and you got to do so. You got to do these things." I just
your ass to be on that bench behind that
exactly.
And the vets aren't my issue, Ron. The vets are not my issue. When you got a guy like Ben Wallace, you got to fall in line. When you got a guy like Rasheed Wallace, sure, you got to fall in line. That's not my issue. My issue is the way that my issue is the way that Larry Brown would have handled him. That's my issue. And I saw it during the Olympics in 2004, that the fact that he was buried on the bench, not only was he buried on the bench, you know who played the second least amount of minutes on that game on that bench? LeBron James. You know who else played the least amount of minutes on that bench? Dwayne Wade. So these guys are three of the best guys in that draft. Now you want to put that one guy on a championship unit in Detroit, and you telling me that Larry Brown is going to mold him into that crew? I think he would have wrecked Carmelo Anthony.
I don't think he would have wrecked Carmelo. I think he would have made Carmelo a better all-around player, Chilltown. I think as a coach, Carmelo would have probably been a way better defender. And here's the thing, right? If you and Bob are coaching Chilltown, if you and Bob are coaching a guy like Dame Lillard, let's take Dame Lillard, who everybody says don't play no D. What's the first thing Bob's saying as a coach on this team? Listen, bro, your reputation is you don't play D. On this team, if we ain't giving effort on defense, you're not playing. See, you have to demand and command these things of certain players. So Melo, he was never commanded of that from George Karl. But guess what Melo did do when he came in the league? He led a team to the playoffs in a tough Western Conference often instantly. He instantly turned the franchise around as the lead guy. So regardless of what you want to say or not, he showed you he could win it in college as a freshman, as a young guy. And then he was able to make the adjustment, Bob. And Bob, you know how that West was then, Bob. He came into the NBA as a rookie and led that team to the playoffs. So if you go to the Pistons, Bob, they were in the Eastern Conference Finals 6 years in a row. Remember, Bob, they were one shot away from winning the championship again. If Rasheed Wallace don't help off Robert Horry, the Pistons win 2 championships already. Him helping out Robert Horry. Robert Horry hit the 3. They win the chip.
And this the thing, Ticket. I want to kind of refocus for a quick second, because what you said about me being the coach and what I would have done with Dame. See, I feel like I'm a good coach like Doc Rivers. So instead of me telling him this, I'm going to take the responsibility as a coach, and I'm going to do my job, and I'm going to coach Dame Lillard like I think Doc Rivers is going to do. I'm going to assume, Dame, you just don't know how to play defense. Let's get in this gym. I'm going to teach you how to play defense. We're going to teach you how to do the things that you're not doing.
Years old, you've been in year 12.
It don't matter. Some people just don't know. Hey, that's what these coaches are here for, and that's why people keep getting fired, and that's why a lot of people don't understand. I keep hearing people say, how does Doc keep getting jobs? How this, how that? Why? I'm going to tell you why. Because there is a small select few people that meet the requirements to be able to coach at this level. Doc Rivers is one of those guys. That's why I want to say right now, 33 minutes and 45 seconds into this panel show, that I am going to go ahead and change my pickup. I got the Milwaukee Bucks. I got the Milwaukee Bucks. Go ahead and win it. Let's go ahead and put that on record right now. Y'all, they just, I guess, Woj just dropped that he signed that dotted line. Hey, Bucks and 6.
Chill, and your cousins. Let me say something.
Bucks
and Chill has one of the greatest cousins in the history of the game of basketball. And Shaq. I was listening to Shaq last night, Chill, when they announced the news of Doc. And you know what Shaq said? He said that he doesn't like that Adrian Griffin got fired, but he understands it had to happen. He said because when you're a guy like Giannis and when you guys have won championships and you're in the locker room and you're hearing stuff that you ain't rolling with, he said it's the same thing with him and Stan Van Gundy. He said, I love Stan. Stan was a great coach. He said, but Pat Riley was something different. We knew what's up with Pat. Pat won championships before. He said, when you won a championship and you know what it is to be there, you know what you're doing and you know what you ain't doing. And that's right. But here's the thing, Chill. Now, this is the last thing I'm gonna leave you with. Here's the part that I think that people was overlooking. The Bucks had played the easiest schedule in the NBA by far to start the season. They were struggling to beat all these teams. Bro, they struggled against Detroit, bro. They were struggling to beat all these teams. They had one of the worst defenses in the league. Last year, they had one of the best. Even though you lost one player, from one key player, you go to one of the worst defensive teams in the league, which is unacceptable. You still got Giannis, Brook Lopez, and all these other guys on the roster. That's still unacceptable. You got enough guys, Middleton, all these guys on the roster. But Chilltown, the biggest thing is this, bro. The players respect Doc Rivers, bro. And you know why they respect Doc, bro? Because they know Doc gonna shoot it to him straight, man, and they gonna give it to him real. That's why so many players have love and affection for Doc, because they understand what Doc brings to the table and what Doc is trying to do. Doc gets a bad rap for the losses, but Chilltown, the man made Joel Embiid an MVP. Joel Embiid was not an MVP before Doc went over there. Joel Embiid played all those years with Brett Brown. First year Doc went over, he's an MVP, right? Doc Rivers took that team with the Pistons. Even though Tibbs was on that team, they became one of the best haunted defenses in the league. So when you're looking at a guy like Doc Rivers, who's been in these situations, who's been in the big games, who understands how to coach these situations, Dame and them trying to win now, Chilltown. They're not playing no games. They're trying to get this thing done right now. And when you lost to the Indiana Pacers 4 times already, bro, what do you think they're gonna think about with this coach, bro, when you go into the playoffs this year? And they don't care how many games you win. We're going to get swept by Indiana in the first round again. We win 60 games again and lose in the first round because we're going to get exposed, Chilltown, in a 7-game series? No, Chill. You're right about the coach.
He should have lost his job. I don't think he should have
He
lost his job.
He has to,
But he did. I mean,
I
don't think he should have. Real quick, let me just say this. I don't think that he should have. But he did, and Doc got the gig, so I can't wait to see this Eastern Conference Finals. This is going to be one of the best Eastern Conference Finals we've seen in a minute. I hope it's Milwaukee, Boston. This has got to line up that way.
It's going to be Philly, Milwaukee.
I need to see that. No, I'm talking about Eastern Conference Finals. I want to see it. Philly, Milwaukee. Okay, yeah, I got you. I heard Phoenix.
Let me ask you one question. Chill, let me ask you one question. You said you were sold on. At first, you said that you thought it was you said you thought it was a bad move that they fired Adrian Griffin. Let me ask you a question, Chill.
I didn't say it was a bad move.
No. At first, you said that you thought it was bad that they fired him. You didn't like him getting fired. At first, you said you didn't like him getting fired.
I don't like any coach getting fired. I don't.
Right, You mean a good coach. You saw a coach that's winning. So here's my point to you. Would you have trusted Adrian Griffin in a situation with the Lakers, the Celtics, the Nuggets?
I don't think any of those jobs was his job. None of them.
He's not ready. I didn't want to know what you stood, Chill. I didn't want to know what you stood. Okay.
He's not ready on any of them.
So you think he should have got the Pistons job and Monty should have got
or something with this team right here in Milwaukee. So we clear. Brook Lopez, 36 years old. Damian Lillard, 33 years old. Giannis, 29 years old. How many more years you think I got at this level? I don't have time to be wasting with a guy trying to figure it out. I don't have time for that. We need somebody in here that knows exactly what they're doing right from the beginning. And Ticket, you said it in the beginning of this, before the season started. Sure, Terry Stout has to be subordinate. Yes, he does. But he's sort of writing on the wall. This dude doesn't know what he's doing. This guy does not know what he's doing, and this ship is going down. Sure, they're 30-13, and they're in second place in the Eastern Conference. That's fool's gold, B. That is fool's gold. This is made a personnel issue.
Chill, you're right, and we should blame the management because the real talk, if they was going to make a hire, they should have hired either Doc the first time or what's the dude's name that's in Philly right now?
Nick Nurse.
Nick Nurse. They had Nick Nurse right there.
They said Giannis didn't want Nick Nurse.
Which sounded to me, Ron, like, I really don't want you, but I don't want this dude neither, so I'll settle for you. That's what I'm going to go with.
I think it might have been some type of animosity. Because obviously, remember, they've competed against each other for multiple years. So we obviously don't know their relationship, but like when you're competing against somebody, it tends to be bad blood on occasions. So it could be one of those situations.
They're all best friends.
Helping each other up off the floor and giving pounds after they're hugging and all of that. Get the hell out of here, man.
But I do want to say this though.
I'll talk the Ticket after the game or in the off season. I ain't helping Ticket out. Ticket, get your ass up and come on.
I'll see. I might see you at the club later on or something. But right now we on this wood. You know what I'm saying?
Are you okay? Get the hell out of here.
Hold up right quick, Ticket. I'm gonna let Aki get this off, and I gotta read these super chats.
Yeah.
But hold that thought though, Ticket.
So, I mean, I said that about Doc earlier about him being the common denominator for a lot of these teams. But my thing is, I don't agree with y'all in how talented all those teams were, specifically the Chris Paul Clippers and the Magic. I don't really think that they were all that great, right? So, with that being said, I feel like roster matters, and this is the type of roster I think Doc can thrive with. I do. So that's just my reason for switching it up like that. I look at Giannis. I know the skill that Dame has. I know they got Bobby. They got Big Brook Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the type of roster that Doc needs to really thrive with. So that's why I'm saying that.
You've been a Bucks fan. Stop lying.
So if you look at
don't do that.
I completely disagree, Big Ox, about the Clipper roster. Number one, you got an MVP candidate and an All-Pro in Chris Paul, guy who can speed the game up, arguably the best point guard in the game at that time. Number two, not only that in 2013, just so you know, Blake Griffin finished third. He finished third in league MVP votes. There's a conversation of Blake Griffin being the best power forward in the game.
He was a superstar, Chill.
Y'all talking about votes. Y'all talking about votes and stuff. That's you got to vote for that, Chill. What does that matter?
Chill's giving you the facts.
I don't care who the MVP is.
But Bob, Chill is giving you the facts. Blake Griffin was a number one overall pick.
Those are facts. A number one overall pick. That don't mean nothing to me.
Hold on.
What's going on in the court? Chill. I'm not disagreeing with what you said, Chill, because those are straight facts. But so I ain't mean to cut you off. I was just wanting to say that, like,
Ron,
MVP Chilltown. Come on, man. We can't go off of that. Chris Paul,
was he a superstar? Was Blake Griffin a superstar, Bob?
He should not on how good he was. He was a superstar at dunking the basketball. He wasn't changing nothing.
So let's take the superstar. So let's take the MVP logic off the table. He was one of the best power forwards in the game. That's a fact.
All-star, Chill.
That's not my opinion. That's a fact. However you feel about his game, however you couldn't name three power forwards at that time better than him at that point.
At that point, what, 2015?
2013. That was the year. 2013.
Oh yeah.
That's
LaMarcus for
sure. LaMarcus Aldridge, Kevin Love. Keep going.
LaMarcus, K-Love, 2013. It was he was pretty much sitting. Al Horford.
Was not better than Blake Griffin.
Al Horford wasn't better than him, man.
No.
At that time, what? David Lee was
not better than Blake Griffin.
Nope.
Not better than Blake Griffin. So with that being said, so you got Chris Paul,
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan was over in 2013. Tim Duncan had an elite season, but he was over at that point. Tim Duncan was, and by the way, Tim Duncan was playing the 5 at that point too. But even still,
DeAndre Jordan was a defensive player of the year candidate.
Josh Smith.
He bet as it may. That team was not good, bro. Come on, we're not
Bron. So you got Chris Paul at the 1, league guard, all NBA.
Right.
Superstar. You got Blake Griffin, one of the top 3 power forwards in the game. You got the best rotation player in the league in Jamal Crawford. You got one of the best. You got one of the best defensive players in it. You got one of the best defensive players in the game. You got one of the best defensive players in the game in Jordan. You got one of the best three-point shooters in the game.
JJ Redick.
JJ Redick.
You can't tell me
that team. I'm not. That's the team y'all. That's the team y'all bringing to the table. That team overachieved. That is not a squad.
And they beat the defending champs in the first round.
Yes, they overachieved. That team is not a squad.
With that crew. This is crazy.
So you proved me wrong. You proved me wrong with the Blake Griffin take. He was definitely not a
Jamal Crawford was 6th man of the year candidate.
He was definitely a top 5 power forward. I can't think off the dome right now all the power forwards, but he was definitely top 5. Okay. You got me with that. I'm sorry.
Jamal Crawford, 6th man of the year candidate.
That's cool. But all that other stuff, I'm not with you on that. Jamal Crawford was. I don't care about who's the 6th man of the year candidate. Stop talking about some accolades and tell me how this is a championship level team.
Because
You're not talking hoop. You're not talking hoop. You just saying awards. Stop just saying awards, bro. Oh, he was a first round pick. He was almost MVP. He was the 6th man of the year. Yeah, but how was that championship basketball? You're not talking no hoop.
We are talking hoop, big guys. That doesn't make any sense. I'm the 6th man.
That is not a squad. That is not a squad.
How do you think I became the 6th man of the year? I became the 6th man of the year because of what I was producing. How do you think that I became an all NBA performer? Because of what I was producing. How do you think Chris Paul was in the MVP conversation? Because of what I was producing.
Who are they getting that?
Why do you think JJ Redick? Why do you think JJ Redick was one of the best sharpshooters in the game? Wasn't just because people
averaging 18,
because he was knocking down the golf ball. Why do you think Jamal Crawford was one of the best rotation players in the game? Was because of what he was producing.
He's the best rotation. How are they? I don't care if he let the team blocks. Okay, so how are they? Hold on, Ron. How are they getting their ISO buckets? Are they depending on Jamal when it breaks down? When ain't nothing falling, when they need somebody to go get a bucket, they're depending on Jamal Crawford in crunch time.
Chris Paul.
Game 5. Hold on.
That's right.
Game 5 of the playoffs. Who was their lock? You said DeAndre Jordan had led the league in blocks. Okay, but who was their lockdown defender in the fourth quarter when it's a 3-point game? 6 minutes left in the game.
Chris Paul, he's an all-league defender.
Chris Paul. Okay, Chris Paul. So a 6'1", your 6'1" point guard is the guy that's supposed to be stopping these
Drew
wings.
Holiday is 6'3". Why are we talking about Chris Paul being 6'1"?
You see what just happened?
Drew Holiday is 6'4".
He got annihilated by Jimmy Butler.
So you mean the same Drew Holiday that led the Milwaukee Bucks to the NBA championship?
He did not lead them. He was the third best player on that team, arguably the fourth. He did not lead them.
He's their leader. He's their lead guard.
That's all I'm saying. This is a good team.
Take Drew Bledsoe.
This is a good team, Chilltown, not a squad. This is a good team. That is not a squad. Definitely not no bomb squad.
Barely.
That is a bomb
Definitely no bomb squad. Just because they throwing lobs off the backboard and doing shit like that, that's cool for highlights, but that ain't no squad.
You're going to sit up here with a straight face and tell me a team can have one of the best point guards in the league, one of the best power forwards in the league, one of the best defensive big men in the league. Hold on. One of the best defensive big men in the league who led the league in rebounding and shot blocking in DeAndre Jordan. One of the best rotation players in the league in Jamal Crawford, who's one of the best 6 men in the league. One of the best 3-point shooters in the league in JJ Redick. You gonna tell me that team ain't a bomb squad?
Yes, that's not a bomb squad.
That team was heavily flawed.
That's a bomb squad.
Every person on that team was heavily flawed, and you could pick on them in one way, shape, or form. DeAndre Jordan can't make free throws, offensive liability. If he's not catching the ball off the top of the backboard and dunking it, he's damn near not good for nothing. He can rebound.
Blake had no block work, Ron. Blake had no block work at that point. He had zero block work. If he wasn't getting it in transition, getting off a slash or catching the lob, he had no block work. DeAndre Jordan had no block work. They had nobody out there they had nobody that could dump it down to. In 2013, they had nobody that you could dump it down to. Blake Griffin was the type of player that you don't even front on the block. You let him catch the ball because you know he has no post work. You don't front him because they throwing it over the top. He's a freak athlete. He had zero block work. DeAndre Jordan is the same. You got two of the same motherfuckers on each block. You can't dump it out to either one of them in 2013. We just chilling on the box. We just pushing them out. Go ahead, throw up that weak ass jump hook. We getting the rebound and running. They had zero block work. Let me repeat, zero block work. How do you win games with zero block work, no ISO scores, line passes? This was a highlight team. Doc Rivers was not the problem over here. Stop. I'm not talking in hindsight. I'm talking hoop. I was saying this about Blake Griffin when he was at OU. You probably wasn't watching ball at that point. I'm telling you right now, zero block work. I don't need. That's 10 years ago.
You winning the championship on the strength of Chris Paul. No, on the strength of Chris
Paul.
Chris Paul had to drag Blake Griffin to the championship. He was
talking about Chris Paul.
Arguably the best point guard in the game. Arguably the best point guard in the game at that time. He was arguably the best league guard in the game.
Of course, about Chris Paul.
Yes.
Okay. Be that as it may. So that's all you really got. Jamal
Hold on, right quick. He was arguably the best point guard in the league, right? But can I just tell you the players he would have had to get through? Were they beating OKC? Was he better than Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook?
They dropped the defending champs in round 1. What's happening now? You dudes are going to give me a stroke. I swear. You dudes are going to make me nuts. They dropped the defending NBA champs in round 1. What's happening right now, Ron? What are we doing?
And then who they lose to?
They lost to Memphis. Memphis
had block work. Zach Randolph.
Oh, so that was the difference? Box work?
Oh, Zach Randolph. That's who was better than Blake Griffin. I'm remembering the league. I'm just, it's been a long time.
This is so nasty.
Yes, Zach. So you got Blake over Zach Chilltown? Is that what you're saying?
So nasty. Yes.
Just because he could jump over the front part of the Kia.
Yes.
He had us hyped up like he was going to jump over the Kia, and then jumped over the little wheel part of the Kia. This is what we talk. Blake Griffin is not carrying the squad. Chilltown. He's not carrying the squad.
Neither is Zach Randolph.
He carried him past the Clippers.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen 20 years of Chris Paul, and we've seen what that leads to. On top of that, none of these other guys, none of them ever did anything substantial in the playoffs. I like Jamal Crawford. I love Jamal Crawford. Hey, that's my Seattle brother. Me and Jamal Crawford go back. He's done a lot to help me and the community. Be that as it may, Jamal Crawford's never been a 1 or a 2 on a team that's went deep into the playoffs.
He's a rotation guy. I don't have a problem with that.
And that's my point. When your second best scorer is a rotation guy, right, it's hard for me to believe in you.
It's not that simple, Ron. It's not your second best player is a rotation guy.
Second best scorer.
It's not that your second best scorer is a rotation guy. He's the best rotation player in the league. He's not just a good rotation player. He's not just a guy off the bench. He's the best player in the league off the bench. He wasn't a good player. That Clipper team, contrary to popular belief, or not contrary to popular belief, contrary to you two dudes, had ridiculous talent. It wasn't honed. That was the problem. That's the problem. And I know we got to read super chats, but wow, I'm 100% confident this is taking years off my life. I'm sure.
I can fast forward to a recent Clipper team that has even more talent, arguably. What does talent do at the end of the day? When your team's not balanced,
right,
when you don't have the correct superstars to get you through,
right,
when coaching can be a
right,
question,
right,
all of that. It's just like talent don't necessarily mean nothing when you play against a structured team or right, a well-oiled machine.
Right. That part is correct. That part I will. That part I will agree to. That talent isn't everything. But when you have this collection of talent, we should have been better. This collection of talent should have been honed, and we should have been better. 100%. We should have.
They didn't have any real except for Jamal. They didn't. I don't see really too many wing goers off the wing. You got some good catch and shoot guys. You got a point guard that can penetrate and run the offense. If you don't got any guys to dump it down to, that's the only problem. Like if he was a guy that's gonna go and give you 40 and 12 every night, but I mean he's not gonna do that.
So Bob, Blake Griffin was giving you 22 and 12 just off dunks. That's it.
That's what it sounded like. That's exactly what it sounded like.
He was doing. Yeah. I mean he had limited post. He had limited post work.
How was he averaging 22 and 12?
I'm about to tell you. You got to relax, brother. Ask me the question. I'm gonna tell you. He was getting a lot of it off a dive into the rim, running the floor, slashing. He was getting buckets. I mean, free throws. He was getting points, but I'm just saying he's not getting the points.
So he didn't have no. I'm talking
about ticking. I'm talking about when you can't run the floor. When the defense is making it a point to stop the ball on this side of the half court. On this side of the half court, when I'm making it a point to stop the ball over here, and we got to slow down and run our offense. When you're not letting us set up into our offense until there's 17, 16 seconds left on the shot clock. I'm not talking about us getting in there. I'm talking about Blake Griffin is scoring on secondary fast breaks, slashing to the rim. When it's 16 seconds on the shot clock and we're just now getting into our offense and somebody sets the pin down for a guard and now we open up, is Blake Griffin the guy that's opening up 2 feet off the block to catch the ball back to the basket and they're going to score a button? Is that the offense we're running? No, it's not. No, it's not. When is that what we're running in crunch time? A pin down so Blake can open up and catch the ball in the mid post and work? That's not the offense we're running.
They went to him for buckets, Big Ox, on the box. They did. He just didn't produce as much as you would like him to produce. But they went to him for buckets on the block. He wasn't just a quote unquote lob threat. No. He did open pivot, knock down that mid-range and that mid-post shot. He did do that. He did play bully ball and shoot with the weak hand on jump hooks, both right hand and left hand. He might not have done it to your liking. He might not have done it that much because, of course, He wasn't Tim Duncan on the block. No, he
Right.
wasn't. He was not that guy on the block. I will not say that. But he was viable on the box. He wasn't garbage on the box. No, so that's just not true. DeAndre Jordan, on the other hand, the way that they used him in a productive manner. Okay, we don't have to go to DeAndre Jordan for buckets because we're talking about the center spot at that point, even the big man spot, where the game was actually moving away from that. The game was moving to more of a long ball game. That's what was happening. And a guy like DeAndre Jordan, who was cleaning glass, a guy like DeAndre Jordan, who was rim protecting and who was man in the paint, was able to help them speed the game up because that's what their game was. When the game slowed down, they were able to get it into Blake Griffin. He didn't score as much as you would like, but he did have box work. No, he wasn't Sean Kemp on the block. No, he wasn't Malone on the box. No, he was none of that. However, he was good on the box.
Okay, that's fair. And it doesn't have to be to my liking. It just needed to be to a substantial amount, which it wasn't. And the fact that they don't have the ISO guys on the wing and they're just relying on catch and shoot guys, except for Jamal when he gets in the game, that's why that's an issue to me. Because if I don't have somebody I can get it to, not to my liking, but to a substantial amount, and we're relying on catch and shoot guys like JJ Redick, I don't feel like that's a championship caliber squad. That's all right.
Yeah, chill. That's my only issue. Is really, I don't believe Chris Paul can carry that team when the going gets rough. And well, he didn't. When the going gets rough, I know either A, Chris Paul's going to break down, B, Chris Paul's just going to be Chris Paul in the clutch, turn the ball over or just not come through, and C, I don't think they really had that secondary 1A/2A superstar that could at any given moment just be like, all right, I'm going to take over. But we got super chats. I'm gonna go ahead and get into these. Apologies, y'all. It got a little rough in here. It got a little hectic. But I do want to say, join us on Playback. We had a good day yesterday. We did a couple games. Matter of fact, it was us three up there. We did the Nuggets and Pacers game. It was fire. Y'all shouldn't miss the next one. Y'all should definitely tune in. So catch us on Playback. Tonight on Playback, it will be a watch party with. Hold on. Bear with me. We got the Grizzlies and the Heat. We gifted in 7. We also got the Phoenix Suns at the Dallas Mavericks with JD, Big Ox, and Jalen. So y'all tune in today. Catch us on Playback. We watching the games live. Also, we are giving away VIP membership. So you can come in and watch the game. You don't have to have League Pass. You can come in and just watch the game for free if you get there early. So y'all check that out. Also, like the video.
Like drinks at the club, ladies. Like drinks before 11. That's what it's like. Drinks are free before 11. Get there early. Get there early.
Reap the benefits. Also, like the video if you haven't liked the video. All right, y'all. MP13 said over or under on how many seasons either Doc last there or before Giannis expresses discontent with the direction of the team. Doc's lack of adjustments with a offensively flawed player like Giannis are about to be glaring.
I think he's going to be there for at least 3 years because I think that's what the window is for this team. I think that this Milwaukee Bucks team with Damian Lillard at 33 years old, Giannis at 29 years old, I think this window is 3 years. I still think that they need to get a wing defender. I think that they're going to try to do that before the trade deadline, but I think Doc Rivers, I think 3 years is the window for him.
Pimp named Slickback said, we just went through this a few weeks ago with Jalen Brunson. 2 small guards have been the best players on title teams in the last 50 years. He not beaten KD, LeBron. He beat an old Duncan and Tony Parker.
You mean the defending champs, which is what they were. Even if they were old, they were the defending champs. So it's not like that team was just good. They won the NBA championship the year before.
Pip named Slickback said, can we review how difficult it is to win an NBA title? The average title team in history has a top 5 defense, top 5 offense, and a top 5 player with a good supporting cast. It's rare to win with major flaws.
That's fair. Yeah, that is fair. And I ain't saying that I'm not saying that the Clippers should have won the NBA championship. They should have gone further than what they did. I think that they should have, at minimum, I think they should have been a Western Conference Finals team with the crews that they had. They should have been a Western, winning 56 games. Maybe they were fool's gold.
And that's another thing too. because when we were talking about coaches earlier in the show, and we were naming off these teams, it's crazy to me. You can't knock a coach for winning with a good team, because how many every coach that's won had superstar talent, had great teams.
Right.
I mean, I'm trying to think of in the last 20 years. Can y'all think of maybe 3 instances where the coach,
The Pistons,
with
they didn't have a superstar. They didn't have a superstar. The Pistons didn't have a superstar. They had stars. Well, they had a superstar on defense.
I think Ben
Ben
Wallace
Wallace was a defensive superstar, but he wasn't an offensive superstar. So the Pistons did not have a superstar. Also, what do you mean more than one superstar? Or you just mean one superstar?
No,
Bob?
well, I'm more so mean just like a superstar studded team, just a great superstar team. Like I would probably say
the Mavs.
Yeah,
The Mavs,
I would probably say the Mavs,
with
Miami, and the Mavs with Dirk, Miami in 06. Even though Shaq and Wade were, but the team wasn't a crazy. In my
Wade
opinion,
wasn't a superstar yet.
Wade was still coming up.
But Wade was special though. We just didn't know at that time how special he was gonna be. But he was special though.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Wade was one of the top.
That's when he became
top 5 most dynamic players in the league.
When he won that championship,
I think he realized he had it then. There's probably only been 3 teams in the past 20-some years that had, and I don't know if it was necessarily coaching that did it, but how many teams you have to have a superstar team. You have to have a great team to win championships. That's not a knock on the coach.
You have to at least have one guy. I mean, very rarely are you winning without one awesome guy. And like Dallas, they had Dirk. Dirk was a top 5 player in 2010, 2011. 100% he was. Now, Detroit, it was a collection of talent, but I mean, they had the best defensive player in the game, arguably.
LeBron
and Chauncey Billups was in the elite.
He got to the finals with one. Chill. LeBron got to the finals with one superstar. He almost did it.
That was it.
They lost to
the Spurs.
Him named Slickback when he put this when he sent this through. This is before we started talking about the Clippers. I think he was actually talking about the Bucks in this super chat. So do we believe that the Bucks have what it takes to win an NBA championship without having a top 5 defense, without a top 5 offense? They obviously have a top 5 player, and I mean they have good support too.
Well, they got the second best offense in the league, so they're not lacking there. They get buckets. I mean, this is exactly what we were talking about a couple of days ago, where we talked yesterday. As a matter of fact, we was talking about Joel Embiid going for 70 and Cat going for 62. Meanwhile, Giannis over here 31 and 17, and like, hi, how you doing over here? What's going on? He's still doing what he's doing. So they still rolling offensively. The problem is that they can't slow anybody down. They can't slow anybody down. That's the issue with them. And it's a personnel issue in Milwaukee more than anything. Sure, I can appreciate changing the coach because I don't think that was his job, but it's still a personnel issue. They got to get better in terms of wing defenders. Big Ox, I'm calling up New Orleans and I'm asking for Herb Jones. I'm calling up Chicago. Somebody going to give me a wing defender because I need one because I'm not winning with what I got right now. I'm not going to just be able to just outscore teams. That's not going to happen because I'm going to run it. I'm going to run into the Celtics. I'm going to run into the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm going to run into teams in the Eastern Conference that not only score, but they defend too. And what happens when we get slowed down? We got to slow teams down too. And if we can't do that, we're going to be out. So I'm calling up. I'm calling up Chicago. I'm calling up New Orleans. Somebody is giving me a wing defender. I need one.
Well, Chilton, I'm sure when they hit up Doc, I'm pretty sure before he said I'm taking the job, he said, "Yeah, but this is what I need."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got what you got. You got 15, 16 days to get it done. This what I need. If you can go ahead and work and grab me, probably the guys you already named, Alex Caruso, Bruce Brown, Herb Jones, all those guys. He probably said, "Look, I need one of these 5 guys. You go give me some wing defense. Hey, I'm on the dotted line. Let's get to it.
Let's do it."
Sure. They've even linked the Bucks to DeJounte.
Don't talk like that. I
don't know how they can do it. I'm assuming Marjon a pick and a couple other younger players.
Come on, but if that's all it takes, Marjon, one of the young boys, come Ron, don't play like that.
If that's all it took, they would hand him right over. What? Here you go.
That's
all. We'll take it. And then that means that DeJounte can get back to actually who he was. So I'm sorry, Ron.
H30 said, yo, Ron, play that video I sent you on Telegram. It's related to the Melo topic. Yo, when you guys send me videos, if it's a YouTube video, I can't play it. Otherwise, this video is going to get demonetized and all of that other good stuff. But and obviously, we can't have that happen. But H30, what I will do is I'll drop it in the chat and you guys can go check it out. So here it is. Copying the link, dropping it in the chat right now. Y'all go check it out and see what Ben Wallace had to say about Melo being over there.
Hey, sir, you ain't nothing but a grade A hater, bro. And you need to be, bro. You ain't, bro. You're not on the panel, bro. You are in the comment section, bro. You ain't even sending super chats, bro. You just running your mouth. Send a super chat and we'll post it. Delete the link. Send a super chat and we'll post it. Like, bro, you guys support the channel. You just coming up here trying to go against me. We'll put up what Chauncey Billups said. Chauncey Billups was the Finals MVP. Pull up what Chauncey said. Chauncey said with Carmelo we would have won more rings. Now how about that? Ben Wallace, I disagree with Ben. Ben, my boy, I disagree with him. He said we was all right with Darko. You know why he said that? Because he took us for his teammate because he a real G. That's what real G's do. When everybody was talking down on Darko, he took Darko under his wing. And don't tell me how I know him personally, so shut up, dog. Go ahead, Ron.
Nevrop 4202 said all these Eastern Conference Finals contenders mentioned Philly, Milwaukee, Boston, and not one of you said Miami. I see how it is. Just remember, history repeats itself.
It does. It does. Miami has always been they'd have forgotten stepchild. That's who they are until you actually get to the party and you're like, oh shit, I forgot about them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I forgot about them because last year they was at the bottom of the league in offense. They finished in the 8th spot. Bam has been way better this year. Way better this year. I think we in peak Bam years, Big Ox. I think we got peak Bam years right now. I think maybe this season and 3 more years of this, I can get out of Bam. 100%, I believe that.
I think Miami's better right now than they were last year. You got to factor in, once again, Tyler Hero is better than all the guards they had last year. Terry Rozier is better than all the guards they had last year. Jaime Jaquez is, believe it or not, as a rookie, it provides more than all the guards they had last year. That's
Ron,
guys.
Today, Ron, you go rewind the clock. If you had to choose Jaime Jaquez or Caleb Martin.
Well, they still got Caleb. But if you're asking me right now,
last year on that crew, this Jaime Jaquez, who are you putting on that crew, big guy? And I know how you feel about Jaquez. I know how you feel about Jaquez.
Caleb bought out last year.
Caleb went crazy last year, chill.
He was awesome.
If we're talking about what Caleb did last year, I gotta take Caleb what he did last year. And I don't know if Caleb had ever reached that level again. Once again, like I said, they still have Caleb. But what he was doing last year was nobody expected that. Keep in mind, Jimmy balled out and Jimmy overseeded what he typically does. But Caleb damn near was looking like an all-star type caliber player. He was playing at that type of level last year. In the playoffs,
he was almost the finals at the East Finals MVP.
He should have
won it. I personally thought he should have won it. But that's just me.
Teddy Hart said Davion Mitchell would be, and this is a $25 super chat. I appreciate you, Teddy Hart. If you don't know, if you send a $25 super chat, it changes the topic.
Man, I wish you would bring H30 up here so I'll fry that chump, dog. H30 is a nobody, bro. H30 is a male groupie, bro. I wish you would bring him up here so I cook him. I wish you would, bro.
H30, hit me on the side. I got you. Davion Mitchell said, Teddy Hart said Davion Mitchell would be just what the doctor ordered from Milwaukee. P.S. OKC is officially number 1, baby. If we get Clint, Okongwu, or Isaiah Stewart, it's a wrap. Apologies if y'all already covered OKC. I just tuned in.
No, I love Clint. I love Clint in Oklahoma City. I didn't think about him. I did not think about Clint Capella in Oklahoma City. That's a dirty work guy that you don't have. 100%. I do like that. Sure, Ron.
Okay. Pimp named Slickback said, I got a question for y'all. The playoff race is tight this year. Do you guys know 5 teams that have big playoff aspirations that might get disappointed with the early exit?
The Bucks. The Bucks. That's why they fired the coach.
Milwaukee. So we can start there.
Who else?
Definitely Milwaukee. Let's see. Who else am I thinking about? That's
chill.
That looks good.
Chill.
The Clippers.
Chill. Denver can mess around and get knocked off early this year, bro.
They could. Yeah. They definitely could.
I don't trust them the same way I did last year, bro. I don't trust that
The
team.
the whole West ticket. I think the whole West is in danger.
I agree with
I think anybody in the West in all four the first 4 series in the West, shit, 5 if you include the play-in, everybody's in danger. There's nobody safe.
Hey, for real, the two top the 2 teams at the top of the West, I don't believe in them.
I believe in Minnesota this year, bro.
I believe in Minnesota.
Minnesota's a good team, but either of those teams can lose in the first round.
I disagree, Ron.
Either of them.
Defense travels, Ron. I disagree.
Everywhere.
I think their defense has been so. I've been so impressed because I thought it would be frauds. I've been so impressed by their defense this year, Ron. Their defense, bro, have convinced me that they can get to the NBA Finals. In my opinion, I really do think that. I think that Minnesota can surprise everybody and go straight to the finals this year.
Big Ox, I got my feet up first class on that Minnesota train. I'm chilling, sipping a glass of wine on that Minnesota train. I'm
bad
on
train
it.
to be on. I'm telling you, it's a bad train.
It's comfortable.
I'm on it. I'm sitting chilling on that train.
All right, I don't know how y'all sitting on that train, and it's like being on a plane, and all of a sudden you chilling, and it just start doing this. And Chad, they just start doing that.
That's fine. Just buckle up. That's fine. Buckle up. That's it. Buckle up. Buckle up. Buckle up. That's what that.
Hey,
you
on
your way to the championship. When you on your way to the championship, it's gonna be turbulence. Right? What Greg Popovich said, it's supposed to be hard.
Give me some been on a plane and start dipping up and down like this.
It's just turbulence, Bron.
No. I'm talking about the turbulence where you feel the plane just dip down 10 feet.
Ron, turbulence is turbulence, bro. Ain't no thing. Ron, say it with me. Our Father.
That's it.
Come on, Ron. Our Father. Come on, Ron.
And buckle up.
That's all it takes, baby. You gotta have faith.
And buckle up.
You gotta have faith. Just sit back. You don't tighten up your seatbelt. Relax, bro. Hey.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Just rock.
That prayer you was about to just say.
Our Father.
Cat better be saying that 3 times a day. Okay.
Hey, Ron.
I don't know whatever religion you are. You might say Hail Marys. I don't know what you. I don't know.
Did H30 take that link?
Did he what?
Did he take that link?
Nah.
That's what I thought.
Hey,
I do think that the Suns and the Clippers are favorites in the West. I believe Minnesota can do it. I think those are the only. Nah, come on. Let me not play with Denver. That was about to get disrespectful.
Please don't.
Let me not play with Denver.
Please don't.
But I think those are the 4 favorites in the West. I think those are the clear. I mean, I know that's a lot of favorites, but the 4 teams. These are the only teams I really see doing it coming out the West. Is Denver, Minnesota, Clippers, and Suns. But I think Clippers and Suns are my favorites, though.
I just think the Clippers, man. I've seen all of them dudes go to pieces. I've seen it. Now, could it happen as a collection? It really only takes one of those dudes to go to pieces. Like they could survive if Russ went to pieces. They could survive if James Harden went to pieces. I think so. If Leonard goes to pieces, they're done.
Hey, H30, I know you don't want the link. You only want to talk on my channel where you can talk that bullshit. You don't want to come here against a brother like me because I'll stump on your ass. Period, boy. Using nobody. And I mean that with everything I love, bro. I mean that.
Styles Black said Coach Bud is 484 and 317, a champion, 4-time champion as an assistant, a 2-time coach of the year with a 56 and 48 playoff record, and y'all discredited him the same way. All y'all ever say is how terrible he is.
I just thought that he was bad at making adjustments. That's where I was at with him. And a lot of times he got like that bringing up those numbers. You gotta put some context into that. A lot of times that was just Giannis and company just figuring it out. That happens because Big Ox, you're a coach. You can appreciate this. You can only X and O me for a certain amount of time. After a while, I just got to go get it done. I just got to go get it done. And there's plenty of times where I'm sure they were running something and Giannis was like, no, we ain't running that. Just give me the damn ball.
Right.
No,
it's tough coaching them top tier teams. Any team that's already won a championship is sticky when you're trying to coach them. If you're coming in thinking, let's say for some reason Mike Malone has to step down. I'm not even going to say fire because it's no situation that I can see him really getting fired in. Let's say he has to step down, for instance, and somebody else has to step in. The level that you have to coach them to and the level you have to produce at is phenomenal. If you don't do that, your leash is quick. And that's with every other team that's won a championship. That's with the Nuggets. That's with Even if Steve Kerr was to step down and somebody was to take the Warriors' job, that's with the Boston Celtics too. Fortunately, Mazzulla made a deep run last year, but you guys know Mazzulla's in the hot seat. Believe it or not, right. Mazzulla is still in the hot seat. If they don't produce this year, we're going to be talking about them or talking about him like he might not be there next year. It's going to be a lot of people saying Mazzulla needs to get fired.
They were saying that last year too about Mazzulla. And Mazzulla, you know, I think they did great last year.
Hey, Mars, you said open gym. Mars, you say open gym is over, but guess what? You ain't hearing them numbers still up here, baby. Them numbers still up. You got to get them numbers up on open gym. You gonna talk that numbers talk in the comment section. Ron just put that ad up, so it dropped us a little bit. But yeah, we was at 1.7 going on 1.8, buddy. You want to get that weight up, bro. You ain't up here, Mars, and I mean me and Chill and Ox and Ron, we carrying it, baby. Believe that. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, you know why Mars ain't up here? Mars ain't want to come up here and get cooked on the Doc Rivers. Right. That's why he's not up here.
See what I'm saying? All these dudes talking about open gym, but they don't watch open gym.
And to add to your point, Ron.
What's up? Go ahead.
To add to your point, I mean, we're talking about a coach on a championship unit. We got to buy into what you're doing. And it's hard to get these dudes to buy into what you're doing right from the beginning. Like we just talked about with Adrian Griffin. The message and the messenger. It's one thing that it comes from him, and it sounds completely different when it comes from Spo. Way different.
Hey, y'all want Mars to get up here? Watch. Somebody send a Ime Udoka super chat and watch. He's just gonna pop up like magic,
like the candy man.
but see, Chilltown. If like Ron said, I wasn't sure he was going with it, but then Ron said that if you win a championship, the next coach to come, how they got to they got to step in there. Now imagine you on the squad.
Abracadabra.
Imagine you on the squad and your coach is running. You're running a sophisticated defense. On offense, he taught you guys how to play that read and react style, how to have just getting your sets, run the floor, read and react. He's teaching you things. And then the next coach comes in and he's running some just basic motion offense, pass and cut, pass and screen away type stuff, just simplistic stuff. As a team, you might lose a little faith in your coach though. If you went from here and all of a sudden, bam, like now you can see this coach isn't as smart as the last guy.
It's like going from algebra to arithmetic. Like, okay, I already learned 2 + 2. I know how that works. Is that all you got? Because that's not going to win. No, I can get with that. Sure, I can definitely get with that. Mark Black, what's up, brother?
This coach has got to come with it, man. This coach has got to come ready.
What's up, brother? How you running this morning? Oh, this afternoon, or let's see, early
5 p.m. Yeah, 5 p.m.
Early evening.
What you standing on Doc Rivers? I need to get that on the record.
Nah, Doc Rivers is a Hall of Fame coach, man. I think he can win a championship in Milwaukee.
Mars, remember, you only get one a week.
That's not me trolling. I heard you guys talking for an hour. I heard you guys talking for an hour. I heard you say Drew Holiday led the Bucks to a championship. I heard everything. I was listening.
And I absolutely wait. I'd like to think that he was one of the leaders on that crew.
You said he led them. That's what
okay. So he was one of the leaders. So he led them to the championship. Like if Drew Holiday, if I'm not mistaken, did Giannis not go out with a hyperextended knee in the Eastern Conference Championship? If Drew Holiday doesn't step up and do what he did, are they out?
I'd say Brook Lopez stepped up more than Drew, but
I'd love to say that Drew Holiday had a lot. Both him and Middleton closed those games out. 100%.
Didn't Drew Holiday hit the shot Chilltown? Didn't he?
Then I think you're disrespecting Brook Lopez.
No, I'm not. I know how important Brook Lopez was defensively. 100% I do. But I also know how important at that time Drew Holiday was offensively and what he was doing in terms of scoring. I mean, I believe that. I think it was in Game 4. I think he iced the game.
In Game 5 about Giannis, Brook Lopez had like 30.
Yep. So he was one of the leaders too.
So the whole team was just leading.
Not the whole team. You ain't hear me say nothing about Ibaka. You ain't hear me say nothing about Ibaka wasn't on that crew.
Well, 4 of the starting 5, I guess, were just leading. So yeah, if that's the case, yeah.
We all know that Giannis was the leader of that crew, Mars. Cut the shit. Okay.
You the one who said he led. That's
what he did have something to do with it, sure.
Yeah, he had something to do with it. So leave it at that.
Okay, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Pip named Slickback said, I got a question for Ticket. If KD stayed in OKC, everyone says the Cavs win in 2017 and 2018. I don't know if that's true because the Cavs defense in 2017 and 18 was awful.
I agree. I mean, if KD would have stayed in OKC, I think KD would have probably got through and won a championship, especially after Kobe had left. So after they had went through Kobe that first time. So yeah, I just think that KD and them quit too soon, especially the year they played. What year was it they played the Warriors? Chilltown. It was up 3-1.
16.
Yeah, I mean after that, if him and Russ would have stayed together, I think they would have got through, bro. I think they were right there knocking on the door, bro. Right there knocking on the door. I just think that they just, and then him going to Golden State made it worse, like for everybody else. But him going against Golden State, they could have beat Golden State. OKC had a good enough team. They should have beat Golden State. He just didn't close the deal. But I do think he could have did it. But I think that now everything has changed. KD's out here saying he should be in the GOAT conversation and stuff. Come on, man. Like, bro, please.
MP13 with the super chat said, from what I've heard Melo say, I hear nothing that says that he has winning qualities. He lacks self-awareness about his game and has main character syndrome. His mindset holds him back.
Who did you ever play for? Carmelo Anthony won a national championship as a rookie in college. You know how hard that is to do as a rookie in college, to lead your team to win a national championship? You know how hard that is to do? So you said he's not a winner. He doesn't have a winning mentality.
Not just as a freshman ticket. I'm the guy.
Right. I'm the guy. I'm the man as a freshman coming into a big time Division I program like Syracuse, and we win the whole thing in year one, Chilltown. Well, I ain't even go back for year two. We won it in year one. You know how hard it is to do? How many guys you know that did that came in year one, led their team and won a national championship? Thank you.
Masinko G said, in fairness to Ticket, Shams did confirm in a report part of what he said about Adrian Griffin.
I ain't got no reason to lie. Chilltown, I know people behind the scenes in them organizations. Straight up, I know exactly what happened. It wasn't really Giannis. It was really about Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis was a G. He did what he's supposed to do. He went to the leaders on the team and said, this is the situation, this is what's going on, and they rolled with the guy they won a championship with. Just like if something was going on, and if Bob or Chilltown came to me and was like, yo, Ticket, or this, that, and the third, we had a meeting, I'm rolling with them. Period. Know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. Over some new guy. That's how it go.
Cameron Johnson said KD doesn't belong in the GOAT convo.
No, LeBron doesn't either.
He and my GOAT convo.
Yo, Ticket, what? Repeat that?
LeBron doesn't either. The GOAT conversation is Kobe, is Mike, Kareem, and Kobe. Those are top three.
Bill Russell.
Definitely.
Nah, I can't put Bill Russell. He had a jump shot like Lonzo Ball. He played in an easier league to get to the NBA Finals. Some of those years you only had to play one series. Imagine this, y'all. And as I get ready to go in a minute, imagine this. If you only had to play one series, Chilltown, how many championships will LeBron have? How many championships will KD have, Bob? If you had to play one series to get to the finals and then the finals.
You still got to see the best teams, though.
No. They were playing teams with losing records, though, Chill, in the first round.
Guess who they was losing to? They was losing to each other. That's who they was losing to because it was less.
If you have to play Bill Russell 11 times a year, you're going to have a losing record because you're going to 11 against
that's the point. I heard everything that you just said.
So, Chill, let me ask you a question. Chill, let me ask you a question. I'm going to say it to you again. If you had how many teams were in the league at that time, Chill? Like what? 8 teams, right? 8, yeah. All right. So out of all those 8 teams, let's just take the top. That's 8 times 15.
8 times 15. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to count how many players are in the league.
About 113.
Right. Take the top 113 players in the league. So that's basically the starters for every team, right? Basically the starters for every team that's in the league right now, right? You divide them up on those teams. Most of these guys in a 20-year span, I think guys like LeBron, depending on who he teamed up with, and I'm talking about in this era right here, KD, depending on who he teamed up with, and who else in this era? Steph Curry, they would all probably have the same amount of rings. They would all probably have around 3-4 rings. See what I'm saying? My point, and that's because the talent now is better than it was then. If you look back then, Chill, the teams Bill Russell was playing in the first round, who was on those teams other than one Hall of Famer?
Okay, wait a minute though, Ticket. When you're dealing with 8 teams, right? So the less teams, that means that I got to see more. I got to see the better talent more. So last I checked with the Celtics, Jerry West did not play for the Celtics. Oscar Robertson did not play for the Celtics. Elgin Baylor did not play for the Celtics. Willis
I'm
Reed
talking
did
about the
not
first
play.
round. No, you're right. You're right. I'm talking about the first round. You don't. I agree with you on that. I said I'm talking about to get to the finals. Period.
Well, again, if we only these still teams that you got to see early that are good, and they losing to the Celtics, who they had to see earlier in the year. So
Okay,
because
so
you had to see them, because we had to see them earlier in the year, that means that I'm dealing with these dudes on the regular. I'm not dealing with. I don't have to see Oklahoma City until the conference semifinals because there's 20 teams in the league. That means that the talent pool. I'm not saying that it's worse, but it is a little bit. It's a little bit more spread out as opposed to when it's 8 teams. I've already said this to you, Ticket. There's a difference between having to see that Shaq having to see Olajuwon twice by the time Christmas shows up, as opposed to having to see him 10 times before the All-Star break.
Oh, okay, let me give you an
Imagine
example.
how much better he is.
Let me give you one example. In 58-59, that was the first year that Bill Russell won the world championship. First year he won the championship.
No, he won it in 57.
58-59 was the first year
he won it in 57. He won it in 57.
Hold on, my bad. Oh,
I know Bill Russell's championship.
Yeah. Hold on. My bad. You're right. Because the year before they didn't.
They lost the year. They lost in 58. But he won.
Okay, you're right, Mars. You're right. Yeah. So in that first round, they played Syracuse, right? Who was the best player on Syracuse?
Dolce's Hall of Fame.
Right. Now, who else did they have on that team? Who else was the Hall of Fame? Who else was the better player on that team?
I'd be lying to you if I said I knew. They
didn't have anybody else, Chilltown.
Okay.
So Chilltown, you played Dolph Shaves. Now on his team, on Bill Russell's team, Bill Russell had him, Bob Cousy.
57.
It was him, Bob Cousy, all these dudes on the team, Chilltown.
Right.
Tom Heinsohn, all these guys.
Yep.
Right?
Mhm.
Heinsohn was out there averaging 20 a game, Chill.
Right.
Bill Sharman was averaging 20 a game. Bob Cousy was averaging 20 a game.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Russell was giving you what? A double-double. Frank Ramsey was averaging a double figures a game.
Right.
So you had like 5 or 6 guys in double figures. 3 of those guys I named are Hall of Famers, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're playing all you had to do was play a team with Dolph Shaves on it to get to the NBA Finals.
And then who did he play in the finals?
No. I'm just saying. No. Listen, what
Here's what I'm saying. Right. I give you. So this is my first point. Is that that's why I discount what when Mars say Bill Russell he got this many championships. I discount him because of who he played. Now they played St. Louis in the finals. They played the St. Louis Hawks in the finals that year, right? Right, Mars? Bob Pettit, Cliff Hagan, and them, yeah.
Right. Okay. Now let's go down that roster real quick, Mars.
Okay.
So now, who did you say they had?
Bob Pettit, Cliff Hagan was on that team.
Right.
Jack Coleman was on that team.
Right, but hold on. How many of those guys were Hall of Famers?
I don't know. All the
just Bob Pettit. Bob Pettit was the only Hall of Famer they had on that team. Everybody else, you had one other.
Ed McCauley's a Hall of Fame.
Who?
Ed McCauley, Slater Martin, Cliff Hagan, Bob Pettit. That's 4 Hall of Famers.
No. Hold on. Ed McCauley, yeah, but
I'm just telling you. I'm just looking. I had to look them up.
Mars. Hold on, Mars. Let's be honest. Hold on. Let's be honest.
But I don't judge people by if they made the Hall of Fame. But if you're going to Hall of Fame,
because Mars. No, because here's what I'm saying, right? It sounded good what you just said to guys who don't know basketball, but Slater Martin, he was worse than Draymond Green.
You said how many Hall of Famers?
No.
I don't judge these players.
You know what, Mars? You're right. I missed Mars. You're right. I shouldn't have worded it like that because they had Hall of Famers at that time, Chilltown. Like Slater Martin, he wouldn't even be a role player in this era. He wouldn't even get minutes in this era, like talking about. He was a 5'10" point guard that wouldn't even really get minutes. The dude didn't even average 9 points for his career and made the Hall of Fame as a point guard, Chilltown.
And you have no idea how impactful he was on that unit. Just like you
I'm saying to you,
you're doing the same thing with Draymond Green.
As your brother, as your brother, tell the truth, Chill, because you're a basketball historian. Tell the truth, Chill. Hold on, Chill. As a basketball historian, you have a responsibility to tell the truth.
Right.
Was Slater Martin on the level of Bob Cousy? Was he anywhere on the level of Bob Cousy?
But we can all be honest and say if we're lucky, we watched 5 seconds of Slater Martin from. So we're talking about someone we haven't seen.
No. So I'm saying I'm saying to you, Mars. This is what I'm saying.
From a statistical standpoint, no, he wasn't.
No. I'm talking about from a game standpoint because the game.
Well, we don't know because we didn't see him that much. That's right.
No, I'm saying.
You're not gonna find.
I've never seen him before. I don't even know.
All I'm saying, if you want to judge which team was better based on Hall of Famers on the roster, the Hawks had
the reason why I can talk about stuff like this is because y'all don't know.
one of the homies I'm cool with, his name is Too Rough for TV. He's a basketball historian. He always does videos on this type of stuff. We always talk about this type of stuff right here, old school basketball, all of the old school teams. Y'all can look him up. His whole channel is based off that. All I'm saying is that Chilltown and everybody else know the talent that Boston had was far superior to this team. So even though they had 3 guys that was Hall of Famers, 2 guys probably wouldn't even been in the Hall of Fame ever if they would have played this era. But the Boston Celtics had legit guys. Again, Red Auerbach was rigging the drafts to get all of the top talent. Chilltown know this. So when y'all say this about Bill Russell, we do have to say this. Bill Russell had a lot of things skewed, and he had a lot of things in his favor to help him get those championships too. As far as draft being rigged,
still had the ball. Still had the ball though. He still had the rock, and he did.
Do you think
Fellas,
Frank Ramsey's a dribble thing?
We gotta move on, fellas.
Yeah,
it is halftime of the show.
Salute to all of y'all, man. Hey, much love to y'all. Chilltown, everybody. Bob, Big
I'll
Eyes.
see you tomorrow.
To y'all, man.
All right, bro. Hey, next time, don't use your last 10 minutes hating on Bill Russell. Man.
That's the good right there. I don't know why
it's crazy.
Fellas, it is halftime of the show, so I'm gonna just run by some scores that happened last night. The Denver Nuggets beat the Indiana Pacers. We watched that game on playback. Me, Ox, and Chilltown. Nikola Jokic went for 31, 13, and 10. Also, Jamal Murray went for 31 as well. 2-man duo's tough. The Knicks outlasted the Brooklyn Nets. Who knows? Look. Julius Randle went for 39 and 7. Look at him. Mikal Bridges also got hot last night. Went for 36, 5 and 5. The OKC Thunder beat the Blazers in a controversial win that is being reviewed by the league and the Blazers front office. But Shea did what Shea typically does, had 33 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds. Scoot looks like he had a good game too with 19 and 7 assists. The Pelicans.
Glasses, Ron. He got them glasses. He's straight now. He can see. He couldn't see, Mars. That was the problem. He got them glasses. He can see now. I'm good.
Exactly. The New Orleans Pelicans mollywopped the Utah Jazz 153-124. Colin Sexton had a good game, 22, 7 assists. CJ McCollum came through with 33 points. And last but not least, in the Battle of Los Angeles, the Clippers outlasted the Lakers without LeBron James, 127-116. Kawhi Leonard posted his second career triple-double with 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists. Who said he couldn't pass? And D'Angelo Russell continues his hot streak with 27 and 10. He's trying to stay in LA, and he doesn't want to be traded. Comments on any of the games last night, fellas?
What is
good, Dama?
What is his trade value?
What up?
What does his trade value look like right now?
That's
what I want to know. What is D'Lo's trade value? That's what I want to know. Pass that, by the way, Damo. Pass that.
You know I will. D'Lo's trade value, I mean, in theory, especially with the year he's having, he's not having a bad year. I thought his trade value would be relatively good. I'm not going to say super high. I'm not expecting him to be able to be moved for a straight-on trade for a star, but I didn't expect it to be a situation where teams just don't want him. I understand not needing him because how many teams have a starting point guard? A lot of them. It will have to be you're upgrading your starting point guard situation unless you're confident in D'Lo coming off the bench. I guess, Atlanta's not confident with D'Lo backing up Trae Young or whatever it is. They just don't want that. So they're talking about finding the third team, and no one's making themselves known for wanting D'Lo. It's a tough situation.
D'Lo's balling right now, though. D'Lo is clearly on a hot streak, and we've also seen D'Lo as I don't necessarily want to say a one. Was he the one for the Nets?
Yes, he was. He was the man. Kyrie Irving was out, and KD was out, so he was the man.
We've seen D'Lo in the lead role ball out. So like when D'Lo wants to hoop, D'Lo hoops. I think that this streak.
D'Lo wants to hoop, bro.
I want to say this streak has upped his trade value a little bit because it's just reminding people that D'Lo really can go. And obviously he's under the spotlight right now, but over these last 10 games, D'Lo has brought it. So I don't think teams are just turned off by D'Lo. It's more so the situation. I don't think the Hawks are turned off by D'Lo. It's just more so I can't play D'Lo with Trae Young because come on.
So you're turned off of him. I mean, that means they're turned off of him.
It's more so Trae Young. If Trae Young and DeJounte can't fit, D'Lo and Trae obviously can't fit. That's like putting Clint Capella with Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, Ron, I agree. It doesn't make sense. That's why they're turned off. A lot of teams where it doesn't make sense, they're turned off from it. And am I about to give up a starter for a guy in a lot of situations? Am I going to give up a starter for a guy to come off the bench? Essentially, I seen somebody throw Orlando out there. If I'm Orlando, a team that's at least this season, their identity is definitely to be known on the defensive end of the basketball, spearheaded by their point guard who was playing phenomenal defense. I'm not about to trade that guy playing phenomenal defense to bring in D'Lo to play offense when I don't think offense necessarily is. You know what? Maybe it is. I'm not watching too many Magic games, and the Magic fan to tell me, "No, we need a score." Maybe that is the case. I necessarily don't see it being, "Oh yeah, give up Jalen Suggs and probably another role player to get D'Lo to come down here and start next to these guys." I don't think that's the answer.
They need shooting, not a score. They just need someone. They need floor spacing. That's what they need.
All right, y'all. I got some cash chats. A bunch from today, one from yesterday. So we're gonna start with the one from yesterday. Almighty Lambo said, "We're gonna talk about the Cavs and free me while you at it." Anybody got the key to Almighty Lambo's sale?
Nah.
Somebody? Anybody?
Nah,
Does anybody want to pay his bail fee? It's kind of hefty.
Nah.
Almighty, damn. There's nothing I can really do for you, Almighty. But let's talk about the Cavs, though. They hot.
Mm-hmm.
They beat the Orlando Magic, so I don't care.
When is Mobley supposed to come back?
Next month, maybe.
They're this high without Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley and Darius Garland.
Yeah, but they're going to be worse when Darius Garland comes back. So
here's the problem, Mark. Well,
because Donovan Mitchell's been the point guard since he's been out, and now you're going to bring Darius Garland back, and now you have the smallest backcourt in the league again, and then you're going to be exploited on defense. And now instead of running Max Strus at the 2, you have him back at the 3, and you have 3 guys below 6'5" playing. That's why they're going to be worse. Which is why I'm not moved by how good they're playing, because when the playoffs start and they have their full starting 5, the same problems are going to be there. So technically, they'd probably be better if Darius Garland missed the rest of the season, in my opinion. But he's not. So they're going to be worse.
So your issue, Miles, is not offensively, it's defensively, because I think that Darius Garland could be more of a distributor than he is a scorer with Donovan Mitchell. I think that he could do more like that with Donovan Mitchell playing off of him. The issue would be defensively, but I didn't think it would be, because when you got Evan Mobley and Jared Allen behind you, that should make up for a lot of your deficiencies on the perimeter. Because again, I mean, if you're shooting the long, teams aren't shooting lights out. It wasn't like Jalen Brunson was shooting the long ball ridiculously against Donovan Mitchell. He was getting downhill against Donovan Mitchell, and they got pushed around. That was the biggest problem that they had. So now, with them having a year under their belt, with now Darius Garland knowing how to play off of Donovan Mitchell and seeing from the sideline what this looks like, how he can implement himself, I do think it could work. I think he needs to change his game a little bit. I also think Donovan needs to change his game too.
The Bucks have Brook Lopez and Giannis, and their defense can't do it with 2 terrible defensive guards. The Cavs have pretty much the same formula. Now, I'm not saying Donovan Mitchell's terrible. I'm just saying he's too small. And Max Strus is also too small. That's the issue. I mean, in theory, 2 great rim protectors who can clean up can work, but we're seeing it with the Bucks. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked. And I think Cleveland's are going to run into those problems again. And you bring Donovan Mitchell off the ball, even though he's capable, from what I've seen when he's been on the ball, the offense has been humming. You put Darius Garland on the ball, he's not as good as Donovan Mitchell. And I think they can complement each other offensively, but I think the Cavs team is just better without Darius Garland. And that's not a knock on him as a player, because I still think he's an elite and a high-level point guard. I just don't think this is the right situation for anyone involved.
So who do you move, Darius Garland or Donovan Mitchell?
For the timeline and the fact that I've heard Donovan Mitchell doesn't want to be there, which I don't know if that's true, but from what we've heard, Donovan Mitchell don't want to be there. I'd move Donovan Mitchell and build with Darius Garland and Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen fits the timeline. That's what I would do. But if you want to have your best chance to win in the short term, you'd move Darius Garland. But I wouldn't do that.
Yes, I do believe that. Yes, I do believe that. Yes, sir, I do.
Drink More Water said, it is being reported that John Horst and Doc will add more coaches to their coaching staff. Which coaches would you like Milwaukee to hire as assistants if Stouts comes back, or hire D'Antoni? I'll feel much better about all of this.
Bring back Darvin Hammond as an assistant.
I already got a job, Moss. Thank you very much, but I appreciate it.
You can buy a coach.
I'm good. I already got a job, but I could see Terry Stotts coming back. I could definitely see that. I could see him coming back, and Dame's his guy, and I think he can get in Dame's ear and get Dame to buy into what's going on. He just didn't want to be a part of that with Adrian Griffin. I don't think he wanted anything to do with that.
Mars, are you trying to be a homewrecker?
Yes, 100%.
Their homes. Wait, which home am I reckon?
Yes, he is.
The Lakers.
Darvin Ham's home.
Mm-hmm.
No, Darvin Ham would love a home in Wisconsin. He would love a home in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he won.
Leave his wife and kids.
I think he's from that area.
He got the ring in Wisconsin, so really his wife and kids is over there. Technically, if you want to think about it, that's where the ring is. So,
he already left his wife and kids.
Yeah,
Darvin Ham might be from that area, but you know, it's very rare you leave Los Angeles and go up there.
No,
he should probably park it.
He should.
Malik Beasley love it. He went from LA up there and he looked happy.
Yeah, exactly.
He does look like he up there chilling.
Exactly.
Yes, he does.
Domo Cook.
Simeon Carter said, "Too raw for sports." All right, too raw for sports. DSG Piccolo said that Blazers loss was such BS. I'll try not to say rigged, but man, what WTF was that? Also, I don't know how they're gonna get Ayton involved. He's playing like a 2-pack of ass.
He looks so disinterested. He looks so disinterested, yo. He don't run back on defense. I don't see that intensity on defense. He just looks so disinterested in Portland. And
he a max player. He already said that. He a max player.
Which I can't believe he said that. Oh my goodness. So I'm a max player. I don't have nothing else to prove. So, you know, being the number 1 overall pick and being an all NBA performer, being an all-star, leading teams deep into the playoffs, playing at an all elite level for years to come. So I guess that doesn't matter. The fact that you just got a max contract, that's all that matters.
Who's he going to prove that to? Yeah, who's he going to prove that to? He don't get. He said before he got drafted, what would success be like for you? Getting my second contract. That's what he said before he got drafted. So he's been consistent on this theory of I'm trying to get paid, and he got paid.
I'm happy he said that, though, Mars.
You know, Mars, get your money.
I'm happy he said that. I'm happy he said that because he getting his money, so it's not because of that. I'm happy he said that because now I know. I'm not paying him no more, man. Like I'm not. I have no faith in you.
Now this confirms that everyone who didn't believe in DeAndre Ayton, me, Dub, everyone else, we were right. We were 1,000.
I don't ever have to speak about DeAndre Ayton again. I don't care about how many rebounds you get. I don't care if you crash offensive glass. I have zero faith in your hoop. I have zero respect for your hoop game. I'm not paying him no more attention. Now I'm happy he did that. I can waste less time.
Yo, Chilltown, when did the Suns officially become good?
When did they officially become good?
When did they become what would you say they became a contending team with DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker? What year?
When he got suspended?
Yeah.
21. Okay, so the 2021 season, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, in the 2021 season, DeAndre Ayton averaged 14.4, 10 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
The following season, he averaged 17 points. 10 rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
The following season, he averaged 18 and 10 rebounds. And we would all agree that these Suns teams are miles better than these Blazers teams, right?
Yes.
You can say that they had a better point guard to get him involved and this, that, and the third. But DeAndre Ayton is an all right one-on-one player. He's an all right one-on-one player.
Right.
This year, he is averaging 12 points and 10 rebounds. He's shooting less shots than he shot all of them other years. He's shooting a worse percentage than he shot all of them other years. Getting to the free throw line less than DeAndre Ayton is averaging 1.4 free throws a game.
He's not.
It was like less than 1 a while ago. So that means he's been really drawing fouls recently. So good work.
I just don't get it.
He's sorry. That's all it is too. He's sorry. He's sorry. He's mentally just weak as hell. He's sorry.
Yeah. After when I saw last year in the playoffs against Joker, I had given him the benefit of the doubt because Joker was just better. But this kind of stuff right here, like how can I stay in? How?
That we can see him thriving in?
What other situation does he need?
Taiwan.
What other situation do we need? This situation right here that we're in. Here we are. He gets on his Portland team, which is bad. He should be the best player on this team, and he's not. He's not. So as me calling him a franchise player, I'm out.
Well, DeAndre, the verdict's out on you.
A franchise player is crazy.
Yeah, me calling him a franchise player, I'm out.
I knew he was a franchise player come out of college.
What year of his contract is he in right now?
2.
I think he's got 2 more after this.
He got 2 more. So we got these 2.
This is last max contract, so he's not. If anything, he's going to continue to be a max contract player. Nah, but he got 1. So
DeAndre probably got about 6 years left in the league. And he go on invest. I
think he's going to play longer than that.
Okay, the drop off. He's just disinterested. He's soft. He's sorry. Mentally, he's already mentally checked out. He's already mentally checked out.
He looked like he's disinterested.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can't. It doesn't even matter. I'm not even concerned about how much he's averaging and this and that. If he's mentally already checked out, he doesn't want to compete. He doesn't want to compete because he's like, oh, I don't got nothing to prove to nobody. Like you're not trying to. When you say stuff like that, it's just your way of just saying like I give up. Like I quit. Like
I don't.
You know, mentally, he's there. He's almost there. You know what I'm saying? Like right. you can't go from that team to this team and not want to. You're supposed to dominate. You're supposed to be a force. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be a force. It's like you just want to just chill.
That's what it is right there.
Just invest in real estate.
That's it right there.
Kicking on the beach. You know what I'm saying? Drink some Mai Tais. You know what I'm saying? And do your thing, bro. Enjoy your life. Like enjoy your life. Yeah. It's not a knock. Everybody's not a competitor, so just go enjoy yourself.
On the beach with Mai Tais.
For real. That's the life right there. He's successful. He made a lot of money, man. Go enjoy your life.
Real quick.
Nice thighs.
You feel me?
Quick. How long has not DeAndre Jordan, but Andre Drummond been in the league since his last max contract?
I don't know. Andre Drummond's a competitor though. It's not the same thing.
I'm just saying in terms of DeAndre Ayton, yeah, he might not get another max contract. I'm pretty sure he's going to be able, at bare minimum, someone's going to throw him a vet min to go play for their team.
I didn't say he
like that.
He got 2 years left on his contract, so I gave him another 4 after the max contract. So he might
this is about his.
And don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, which is going to boil my blood. Don't be surprised that, like you just said, Big Ox, how many more years he got left on his deal? 2 more? Don't be surprised if we get in a contract year, you see some bullshit like 22-11 and 2 blocks. Don't be surprised if you see something like that.
Oh yeah, that's what you're gonna happen.
That would be fire. Hey, no, that would be fire.
Yeah, he's gonna try and hoop in his contract year.
Yeah, don't be surprised.
I've already anticipated that's gonna happen.
We in the last year of his deal, and you see some bullshit like 21.
Is he good enough to turn it off and on? Is he good enough to flip the switch?
I would not be surprised
He can put a 20 and 10. Yeah. Easy.
I'm about to say he flipped the switch in the finals. He flipped that switch in the playoffs.
I'm surprised.
I'm talking about carrying because
which from
a different level as the third option, second option.
Oh, I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying he's gonna get his numbers. That's what I'm saying.
It gets discredited though, Mars, because if you're doing that in a contract year, it's watered down because it's obvious that you can do this on a regular. So if you're only doing it to get another contract, that tells me that you really don't want to play. You just doing this for this, and I got to get off that train.
He's made that clear.
Yes, he has.
He said that. It's not like we're figuring it out. He said it out of his own mouth. We just go and someone tells you who they are. Listen.
That's still a very successful career. I mean, he's been in the league for what, 5 now, 6 now,
this
5 or 6 already. This is your 6th. So yeah. So I'm saying they'll have a 12-year playing a 12-year career. That's a hell of a career. That's way more than successful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was he supposed to go to Portland and be a number 1?
Who else they had?
I'm about to say Anthony Simons. I mean, I guess people just don't think that much of Anthony Simons then because the way he likes to score, the way Shaedon Sharpe scores, they did draft Scoot number 3. Right. He was supposed to go there and just be the number 1. I don't know.
I don't know about number 1. I'm not sure about categorizing it like that. But I don't know about like categorizing as like numbers or you know what. But I think he should have been him and Anthony Simons should be the ones dominating more of the shots. Like Jeremy Grant for sure get his, but him and Anthony Simons should, like you said Shaedon Sharpe. And by no stretch of imagination can I see Shaedon Sharpe shoot more than DeAndre Ayton on his team. Like on a regular basis. To me, it shouldn't be happening. DeAndre should be getting his 14, 15 shots.
To answer your question, Damo.
16,
So he comes over to this Trailblazer team that we all anticipated that was going to be bad. We all felt like this team was going to be bad. He was a double machine in Phoenix, almost 18 and 10 the year before. So he gets on this crew. I'm thinking they're gonna implement him in the offense way more than they did in Phoenix. I'm anticipating a 20 and 10 guy this season. Not only did it not happen that way, he just looks disinterested. Like he doesn't even want it to be like that.
But do you think that's his fault going into the situation? And they got in the training camp and realized they had a big man with a Bugatti engine that just wanted to go to speed limit, as Gil would say? Like, is that the case? Because what happened? Like, again, I was one of those people that thought that he was going to go there, get a bigger opportunity. What is Portland doing anyway? It makes sense to just give the former number one pick the ball, let your other guard come along, and just go along with it. But him being passive. And I mean, you will blame, I don't say blame team, but you will ask, why isn't the team setting up plays for him? Why isn't the team getting him going? Why isn't he a focal point in this offense? Maybe they seen when he got in that training camp, maybe they seen during the offseason, during that process, he doesn't care he really don't care. Like, so compared to other guys, he really don't care.
So that's the issue. So the issue isn't the talent, because it's obvious that he can play. That's not the problem. The problem is the motivation. The problem is the motor. The problem is the determination. That's what it is. And if I got to question that, then I got the wrong guy.
Damo, before you said number one overall pick, I had really forgot that DeAndre was a number one overall pick.
Numero uno.
Above Luka.
I'm gonna just say
that's not his fault. That's Phoenix incompetence. Because that's not his fault.
DeAndre Ayton is going to go down as one of the biggest. He's not going to be a bust, but just one of the biggest blunders in draft history. You got Luka, Jaren Jackson, Trae Young, even Wendell Carter, Colin Sexton, Mikal Bridges, SGA, Michael Porter Jr., Anthony Simons. You got all of Jalen Brunson.
You starting to say some names people didn't predict. So, some of these names people did not predict would be this great. Like
Luka should have been the number one pick. Luka should have been the number one pick.
Absolutely, won't argue that.
And
absolutely,
that's not me saying that in hindsight. I thought it was ridiculous that people were saying DeAndre Ayton should be number one. I got it. He went to Arizona. The Arizona team has the number one pick. I was saying at the time it's stupid if you take anyone but Luka at number one. I also thought it was stupid if you don't take MPJ top 3. So I mean, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong sometimes. But Luka should have been the number one pick, and Portland not taking him, that's on them, not DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton didn't choose to get drafted number one.
At least
MPJ's back was broken, and what Marvin Bagley and DeAndre Ayton was doing in college was crazy.
My top 3 was Luka, Marvin Bagley, and MPJ. That's who I think the top 3 should have been.
On this Blazers team, MPJ gonna look like a number one. I mean, he gonna shoot like a number one. Not really gonna.
That's the difference. He gonna get those shots though.
But yeah, DeAndre Ayton and Jordan Poole, what we're getting from them two right now is completely disgusting. And yeah, this is it's just bad for them two right now. But moving along, I got some cash chats. In case you don't know, if you send super chats in via Cash App, we will read them on the show. So I got a couple more that I do want to read. Also, it's about 1,700 people in here, and we only have 360 likes. Can we get the likes up to 1,000? It's more than enough people to help us get it up over 1,000. Let's go ahead and do that. Y'all do us a favor. We'll do you a favor. Keep giving you good content. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate y'all for liking the video. Appreciate y'all for subscribing. We got another one from Jordan Taylor. He sent through 2. He said, you guys talked about JG yesterday. And then he said, D Fox dub. Thank you, Jordan Taylor. He also said D Fox struggled just like Jalen Green in year 1.
Jalen Green's in year 3. Unfortunately, but he is in year 3, so it's not really the same. Well,
this is his first year playing real basketball, so really he is rookie.
And he's only 22 next month. So yeah, really, he rookie age. He really is a college student right now. So yeah, man, thanks.
Appreciate you, Jordan Taylor, for sending that through. Almighty Lamb also said, Ron ignored my super chat yesterday. Cavs Nation. And then he said, hashtag free me. Hey, just find somebody to put up your bail, and I got you. Hey, somebody just got to send through $100 super chat and say hashtag free Almighty Lambo, and it can't be super chat sent from Almighty Lambo. But if somebody does that, I got you. I'm gonna go talk to the judge, the DA, whoever.
His bail is $100. What did he do? I don't even know what he did.
You gotta go look. You gotta go to Google and look up his public record, and then it'll show all his.
I'm not gonna lie. If you're bailed that much, I don't think you should be freed. I think you should stay. Yeah, you should stay looked up.
Now, what's up, though, Ronnie? We only got to pay the 10% or what?
No.
The $100 is the 10%.
I'm about to say that is the 10%.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
But you guys do see, I got some palms. Can you guys read palms? All you gotta do is grease these a little bit, and maybe.
This was a crook.
That's your man, Big Ox. Just make sure we clear on that.
I would never vote him in the public office. So
that is your man.
In Cool said, big fan from Jamaica. He said, there's a lot of things I want to ask, but I ask this for now. How about sending Cam Thomas to Orlando as they need desperate scoring? And then he said, please, Laurie to Golden State for Wiggs and whatever else.
Stop asking. Listen to me. Okay, I'm going to say this one more time for the people in the cheap seats. Stop calling up Utah. Danny is not coming off Laurie. He's not. And if you think he is coming off Laurie, you're going to have to give up your house keys. You're going to have to give up your daughter's college fund. And you're going to have to give up your retirement to get him. I'm telling you that right now. Stop asking for Laurie.
It was that report that came out from the sources in Utah saying Laurie is on the table when you call. You're going to have to give an untouchable up to get him. Like everyone else, they negotiate, they talk about, hey, we can make a deal. When it comes to Laurie, they're willing to trade him, but you're coming off one of your untouchables if you want him. The asking price is high.
Klay Thompson an untouchable. Klay Thompson an untouchable.
2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago.
You know what that means? You know what that means, Damo? Because exactly what you just said. You're gonna have to give me something that you don't want to give me in order to get what I said I'm not giving up. Which means that in addition to you giving me something that you don't want to give me, you're gonna have to give me way more than that. That's just the starting asking price. So
every time I see Danny Ainge, I hear Denzel when he was talking to Jamie Foxx. I'm leaving here with something. When I see Danny Ainge, I think I'm leaving here with something.
I'm not gonna lie. Hey, Danny Ainge my role model. Danny Ainge don't play. Hey, Danny Ainge is like he literally just set the table. Because people want Laurie Marketing, but
we have to free one.
Nah, that's you still owe 1 penny. You still owe a penny. It's $99.99. This is America. Hey, Mars, this is America.
Are we sure that's just not Almighty Lambo on the banner?
That's it right there. There's your winner right there.
Like Jake, you literally got to the 99-yard line and fumbled the ball.
Why did you drop the ball?
Why did you gotta be 100?
No, that's like what Deshaun did on the Eagles.
Yeah, all you had to do was cross the plane. 101 cents and you got it.
Hey Jake, here's a penny right here. I'm throwing that penny in for you, brother. There it is right there.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought I was a scammer on my streams for the stuff I be talking about my chat incentives.
There it is.
Yo, y'all are scammers over here.
There's the penny.
I don't even know if Ron has the power to free.
I'm gonna get the kid Almighty Lambo free. All right, Lambo gonna be driving. Hey, Lambo, we gonna see the Lamborghini in the streets. All right,
Lambo scam.
Lambo, look, Lambo.
Run that penny, Jake. Run that penny.
Lambo,
I got it.
Don't fuck this up, fam. All right. Look. You know I'm serious because I said it with profanity. Don't mess this up. I'm talking about your leash is like this.
Sounds like sounds like Lambo's a goofy. That's what it sounds like to me.
I don't know what he did, but Jake wanted him freed. So
you know how it be though. Like they pay your bail today, but you don't just get released immediately. You got to go through processing and all of that good stuff.
I got that penny though. I got that extra penny for you, bro.
And you better thank Chilltown too. His penny got you through.
I got you, brother. There you go.
You got to wait. You got to wait till after.
You know when you sign somebody's bail, like
I put it up.
Right.
I put it up. But just so we clear, I also know a bail bondsman who will come find you. Yes, I do. I do know a bail bondsman. So act like you ain't got no sense. We will come find you. Yes, we will.
He gonna be chasing you through the streets the same way Ticket was chasing Shiloh all around Manhattan Park and all of that good stuff. But all right,
hey, chill town. I won some money on the Lakers last night. I had to get in there, and I don't really like to parlay watch, but
oh no, here we go with the parlay dudes.
I had to. I'm saying I had to get
Here
a
we
couple
go,
dollars off
parlay
them Lakers.
dudes.
what happened?
My Cash App was dinging. That's all. That's all.
Why MS? Your bail is crazy.
What did you bet? What did you take?
It wasn't nothing major. I just bet multiple people just a dub. Nobody really wanted to bet. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really wanted to bet. They knew what was going to happen, just like I did. But their Laker pride.
Yo, why MS? The reason why your bail is so high is you're the type of dude that's behind bars, still committing crimes. You still beating people up. You spitting on COs. You get your hands on certain things you shouldn't get your hands on.
Starting riots in the pen.
Yeah, like how you in jail still committing crimes. Like it's just wild. But shout out Almighty Lambo back on the streets. But from the top, David Mujinaya said, Ron, go to my last super chat before Canada jumps you.
Uh-oh.
So I'm supposed to be scared of you, Jalen Carter, and Fluent. Don't you know? Hey, don't you know I got the queen on my side? Hey, don't you know?
If the queen's on your side, you're in a cemetery, Ron.
The queen.
She's gone, Ron. What are you doing?
The queen's on your side.
Ron, don't you know that she was fired?
She was like,
I got the
Mars,
I got the spirit of the queen rocking with me. All right.
That's on your side. You buried in Westminster. That's where you are.
Queen Mars is crazy.
Focus, Damo. Where you at, Damo? Where Damo at right now?
I'm in the chat. Queen Mars is crazy. I'm sorry.
Mars, I wasn't calling you a queen. I'm just merely saying that your people is rocking with me in the UK and London and all of them. We got an alliance. But Hydro Wilson said, ticket no, dot trash.
Hey, chill time. I wouldn't even. You know what? If you ever got the chance to go to London with Ron, don't go. I wouldn't go to London with Ron.
Why not?
He'd be outside. You know the dudes that got to stand still.
Leave them dudes alone, yo. Leave them dudes alone. The guards, leave them alone in front of Buckingham Palace. Leave them alone, Ron. Don't start with the nonsense. Leave them dudes alone.
I got you, OG.
Oh my God.
I'll walk by him.
Can't go nowhere. Can't take this dude nowhere.
Hey, chill. I do know somewhere where you might want to go with me. Damo, you might. Damo, you might want to stay. Where you at? Hydro Wilson also said Missoula was whack his first year. Where he at?
Yeah, he was whack. Took the Boston Celtics to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. He was garbage. You right.
Dude should have been fired on the spot.
Yeah, he should have been fired. Get him out of there.
MP13 said, so because Dame is a walking cone on defense, Portis went crying about the coach. The lack of awareness is crazy. Who does the Bucks have to guard?
Man, all these reports coming out about the Bucks and this whole coaching situation. Listen, I feel it. The coach was whack. Yo, Giannis, after finding out you were the guy that told them, hey, man, we don't need Nick Nurse. Let's go somewhere else. Yo, you're a fraud. You're on terrorist watch, buddy. I'm not gonna lie. You're on terrorist watch, buddy. You were on terrorist watch. You told them don't get Nick Nurse because you were scared of a challenge from a coach. Nah, buddy. Terrorist watch. I promise you, this is crazy.
I don't want that dude in here because he's gonna push me too hard. I don't want him. He's gonna demand too much. He's gonna demand too much.
A basketball player? Nah, man. Let me get this coach that don't know what he's doing. Man. Go. Hey, go get the brother over there. What we doing, man? Nah, terrorist.
Reggie Red said Pistons are already better if Melo has Darko's 5 minutes per game. He looks better in those 5 minutes.
How many rings Melo would have if he got drafted to Detroit and stuff.
We went over
Very
that.
Interesting
I don't know, man. Those Detroit guys would let them tell it. They wouldn't have won with Melo. That's crazy.
MP13 said there's literally articles talking about George Karl trying to get Melo to play defense and it just falling on deaf ears. We are not going to lie up here.
But listen to everything I said, MP13. I didn't say just Larry Brown. I said there's a difference between the guys he played with over there, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Rasheed Wallace or I'm Ben Wallace.
Who cooked Melo? When was there? When did Melo just get cooked?
I don't think Melo necessarily got cooked. It was just like I think me and Ticket was saying that. Well, I initially said that I think if Melo would have got drafted to the Pistons, that I think he would have got molded into an all-around better basketball player. You know what I mean? I think he just would have been more willing to play some defense, rebound, do some of the other things. So whoever sent that super chat, I can't remember their name, trying to say like, oh, well, George Karl tried to do this. Like, that's the whole thing about sports and life in general and people in general. You're gonna do certain things for some people that you won't do for other people. That's how human beings are. You don't give everybody the same treatment. You don't give everybody the same respect. You know what I'm saying? And everybody don't deal with other people the same way. So
it's the message. It's not the message. So it's the messenger. It's not the message. So George Karl telling Carmelo Anthony to play defense would not be the same as Larry Brown getting Carmelo Anthony.
Larry Brown and Ben Wallace.
Even though he ran with the defensive player of the year, Marcus Camby, when he was in Denver. So let's not leave that out. So he was running with him.
Marcus Camby. That's definitely not a slight to Marcus Camby. I'm just saying, like, it's a different crew over here than it is over there. And I could be wrong easily. It's just a take. I just,
right.
We'll never know. I wish we could know though.
I do want to say
I'm glad we don't, to be honest with you.
This is a good time.
Would get so much more love, Chilltown, if he had like 3 rings.
Who would?
Chauncey. Then we wouldn't even be talking about it. Chauncey would be in that top,
that winning bias. That winning bias, Mars. I know that got your blood pressure. That winning bias would go through the roof. If Chauncey Billups was a 3-time NBA champion and made the All-Pro team twice, like we now talking about Chauncey, way different than what we was talking about him before.
Chauncey easy top 10 after that.
This is a good time for you guys to go to playback.tv and to the Players Choice channel on Playback. Download the app or just go to the website. Check us out, follow us, and tune in to our Playback streams. We got 2 tonight. Check us out. We got some good games with some good guys. And it's going to be a good time. Also, if you haven't been to www.playerschoicemerch.com, what are you waiting for?
Yo, I got a package delivered the other day, right? And something in my mind said, "Oh, it's probably my Players Choice merch," but it wasn't.
No. Something
Hey,
else.
UPS be tripping sometimes.
Ron, where my shit at, Ron?
You in Portland too? It's a lot of dispensaries on damn near every corner. He might have.
What that mean?
Knows.
You say you accusing the UPS, the USPS?
That's what it sounds like.
Smoking weed. That is a federal. He is a federal employee. He ain't smoking no doses, man.
It's bad. Wait. So hold on, Big Ox. I want to make sure I'm understanding you correctly. So not only did I steal the goods, which is also a federal offense, now I'm smoking it when I'm on the job too. I'm doing that. That's what I'm doing. Oh my god!
And I work for the USPS, the federal the post office. Yeah.
Hey, well, Ox, send me $100 super chat, and I'll free the delivery man that should be delivering your gear, and I'll make sure that it gets to you.
That sounds like some
ain't the gear cheaper than $100, Ron?
Hey, just send one through Big Ox Media. When I see that 99.99, I got you.
No,
where my stuff at, man? Send me my gear, Ron. 2XL. Send me my gear, bro. Where my
Big Ox, did we have to do this when we was on the crew? Like, did we have to like scrimp and get on the coaches for not getting the sweatshirt or some sweatpants? Did we have to complain about sneakers? Like, didn't we just get them? Didn't we just have it? Like, it wasn't something that it took long to get.
So much he froze. That's crazy.
That's what it looked like. You know, froze my boy up.
He frozen just like his delivery driver.
He trying to find that $100 to free his goods right now. It's tough.
Anyway, I'm sorry, Ron.
Hans Walker said, imagine being D-Book and CP3 trying to win their first championship and you have to deal with dominating.
He wasn't was he terrible in the finals?
He was good for me. From my recollection,
he was just a mismatch
that playoff run.
That's it.
He was just a mismatch against Giannis in the
That's
finals.
it. He wasn't bad in the playoffs that year. He was not.
He actually surprised me in the playoffs. He actually great. He actually like
Giannis was just too much.
Honestly,
Giannis was just. And why do in Mars? This has been going on ever since I was a kid. We do the same thing when guys get outplayed. All of a sudden, this guy is a bum. Like David Robinson got outplayed by Olajuwon. He's a bum. Like, wait a minute, what? What's happening? What's going on?
That's life. It's unfortunate.
Pimp
Welcome
named
back.
Slickback said, both Mars and Ron have mentioned concerns with Minnesota. What is it that y'all worried about that will hold them back in the playoffs? Mars?
Their half-court offense. That's it, really. I think their defense is great. They're not that good in transition, but I don't think transition really wins series too often in the playoffs. But in the half-court, I don't think they have. I don't think Ant is a good enough playmaker. Personally, that's my biggest concern.
I think the transition offense is going to be an issue, Mars, because points in the playoffs come at a premium. So when points come at a premium, you got to get them whenever you can get them. And this Minnesota team needs to play faster because they got the athletes to play faster. The problem is that when they get in transition, I think they 15th in the league, 15th or 16th in the league in transition points. But everybody's running to the long ball line. If I'm not mistaken, Rudy Gobert is the only guy running to the rim. How many lob dunks do I see, or how many layups, wide open layups do I see in transition from Ant or from Jaden McDaniels or guys like that? All I see is when Mike Conley gets out on the open floor, these guys are all running to the long ball line instead of getting to the rim, which will open up the offense way more.
I would say just between I was gonna say between their age and their experience and honestly their front court. I just don't trust Cat and Rudy Gobert. Those are two guys that just got to prove it to me. They can be as accomplished as they want. They can be as decorated as they want. They can be as great at what they do as they want. Those are just two guys. Me personally, I just never bought into, never seen the hype, never bought into what they do. So those two guys have to prove me wrong in just their experience. They have to prove that even though they're a young team, they know how to conduct themselves, how to hone in, how to just win the game, win the series, maintain themselves.
Well, wait a minute, though, Damo. Are they a young team? Mike Conley, he came in with KD. Rudy Gobert, I think he's in year 9 or 10. Cat is in year 8. Let's see, who else am I dealing with? Naz Reid is young, sure. Jaden McDaniels is young. Naz Reid, Jaden McDaniels, and Ant Edwards. But this isn't as young a team as you make them out to be. We got a lot of vets on this crew. And not only do we have a lot of vets on this crew, we have a lot of guys on this crew that been in the playoffs. Cat been in the playoffs. Mike Conley been in the playoffs. Rudy been in the playoffs. Shake Melton's been in the playoffs. Guys like that. These guys have been in the playoffs. So
don't forget Kyle Anderson's over there too.
That's right. Slow motion.
Did I say young or inexperienced? I said they're experienced. Did I not? Did I say young? Okay. If I say young, then for the most part, guys like Ant, Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, they do have important players that are still young. But outside of that, you're right. It is still more. It is more veteran team that I gave credit for. Still inexperienced. Cat been in the league for a while. He is still inexperienced in playing meaningful basketball, in my opinion. Right. So the inexperienced thing too.
Yeah.
My thing with Minnesota is they got somebody on their team that reminds me of that one cartoon that used to come on Nickelodeon. Y'all remember the Odd Couple? It had one character on this side and another character on this side. Oh, forget it. I'll just put it on the screen.
Sorry?
You know who that is?
Oh, boy.
Oh, Cat. Jesus Christ.
So is this you just hating on Carl Anthony Towns?
That's what he doing.
You remember what I was just saying about Chris Paul? It's the same thing with Carl Anthony Towns. I do not believe in him. The 60, I'm completely out. After that game the other night, I'm done with Carl Anthony Towns.
Because
I'm out on Cat. Yeah, he did.
But if he got the right foul call, they win that game. Would you still be out on him?
Definitely a foul. 100%.
But see, this is the thing. He probably would have went to the line. They were down 2, right?
1, I think. Might have been
they were
2.
down.
I think
No, they were down. At that point, they were down 2. At that point, they were down 2.
At the game.
This is 3 days. This is 3 days of drama, Ron. 3 days of y'all being overly dramatic on some soap opera General Hospital type stuff. 3 days of being overly dramatic, Ron. Monday, y'all forced me to drink early. Had me in the airport drinking mimosas because y'all want to be up here being cry babies. Yeah,
how long was your layover?
How long was your layover? I was in my Houston layover.
For how long?
So you know that's an 8-hour layover.
You was gonna drink no matter what.
Nah, but I was drinking as soon as I touched down because I was listening to y'all. You chill town ticking and you up here being dramatic. And you know how expensive the mimosas are at George Bush International?
That's what you did.
Yeah, you would have been better off sending me that 100 so I could get you your gear. But I see. Y'all, I understand.
Y'all just overly dramatic. Y'all gotta relax. You're out on them because they lost to Charlotte when Cat was clearly trying to break Kobe Bryant's 81. Come on, bro. It was the anniversary of Kobe scoring 81. Cat like, you know what? I'm about to go crazy. Everybody trying to feed him to go crazy. They like, we finna play with Memphis. We finna play with Charlotte. They wasn't taking that shit serious. Mike Conley wasn't there. Y'all left the badass kids at home with no babysitter. They decided we not tripping. We just gonna try to let Cats get 100. And you out on them?
And that's the problem.
Scoring 6. What's the problem? That's just a different type of maturity. I explained this to y'all yesterday.
They're out there trying to chase Kobe Bryant records with Carmelo Anthony Towns.
And he was on the way to doing it, right?
He's
a bucket, right? He's a bucket.
He had to pull up the gas and the gas station was closed. He's
a bucket, right? He scored 62 points. He's a bucket.
Bro,
he's a bucket, all right.
Bro, he had 58 at the end of the third.
Yeah,
y'all know
58. What are you saying?
A raggedy ass automobile. That type of bucket.
Yeah, 58. Now I'm out on Cat as the man on the championship team. I'm out. 100% I'm out. No question about that. But he had 58 at the end of the third. If I'm on a crew with a dude that got 58 at the end of the third, he had 44 at the half. We going to him until we recognize that, yo, all right, we got to stop this and we got to get back. We got to get back to where we were. But he was rolling.
If they didn't recognize that, and that's why he ended up with 4 points in the fourth quarter and a loss to the Charlotte Hornets.
They don't care about the Charlotte Hornets, Ron. What I'm saying is, Ant, you could tell by Ant's energy, he the type to stir some shit like that. I told y'all yesterday, Ant came into the facility, said, "Hey, big fella, come on, let's blah blah blah." You know, he an energetic child. He a kid. You know, he a youngster. He just having fun. He like, come on. He is the bad influence. Mike Conley was not there. Mike Conley was not there to sit that young man down. Like, we ain't doing that shit today. Calm down. So Ant and Cat. And you trying to act like that was a bad thing that he actually had the ability to score 62 points. If you know what I'm saying, they was trying to force it. Boy, nobody tripping.
Yo, and that's the problem. And watch, he ain't gonna be having fun when he in the playoffs and Kawhi and
ain't nobody gonna be doing that. Ain't nobody gonna be doing that in the playoffs.
He ain't gonna be having fun when they run up against the Phoenix Suns and Kevin Durant and Devin Booker kicking his ass. He ain't gonna
Minnesota actually got action.
And De'Aaron Fox get to putting his foot up his ass. Yes, he ain't gonna be having fun then.
Ron, and that's why I explained yesterday. It's a different level of immaturity. They don't have the immaturity to where they can't. Or I want to see the maturity level of getting through tough series in Game 5, Game 6, Game 7. I want to see that. This level of immaturity was just a what was that? A Monday night game against Charlotte. Yo, it's the anniversary of Kobe. Let's try the anniversary of Kobe being 81, man. Let's try to do something crazy. That's all that was, bro. Y'all taking it too far. That's not turning it on and off. That's just having fun.
Cat. That's in. They can just turn it on and off whenever they want to. Just boom, boom, boom. They can. All right. If they that good, we'll see. But back to the next super chat. Who we got? Ill Magic. Haven't got a super chat from Ill Magic. Appreciate you for tapping in and sending through a super chat. He said, "What team do y'all think PG could fit in if he left the Clippers?" And my prediction for the Western Conference Finals are the Clippers versus Minnesota.
I think he fit great across the bridge in the real La La Land on the Lakers. He was
like right down the hall, Damo. Like you don't even we work in the same building. You ain't even got to move. You don't got to go nowhere, my man. Just get your bag and come right next door.
But you are despicable, Damo. You don't got no shame, bro. No shame.
No shame at all.
Zero.
No pride.
No
shame. You are despicable.
Instead of moving to different buildings, in the same building.
They on their way. He on his way to Inglewood, and you trying to keep him right there on Figueroa. Damo, relax, bro.
Just come up to the third floor.
Let me ask you a question.
You could have said Dallas. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Let me ask you a question, Damo. Will he be a good fit in Sacramento?
I don't know.
Exactly. He would be. Don't even lie to yourself. He would be. Anybody would love to have.
I mean, he'll get in Keegan Murray's way, so I don't really got time for that.
Okay. And he will work on every team in the NBA. Everyone should want Paul George. I'm not going to exclude myself because I'm a Laker fan of getting the Paul George sweepstakes. What? No, I don't got no.
And on top of that, he right there. On top of that, he right there. It's not like
don't even move out the house.
All you gotta do
Just
is
change
move
the
your stuff out
closet.
this locker and put it in that locker. Nothing else
That's
has to
it.
change in your life.
All you gotta
Nothing
do
in
is
your life
tap
has
Russ
to
on the
change.
shoulder. Hey, what movers did you use? Oh, nobody.
That's it.
Good. That's
There
all
we
you gotta
go.
do.
All I got to do. I'm moving up to the third. I'm still working the same building. I just work on the third
Right.
floor now. That's all. I ain't
You
going
don't
nowhere.
gotta change houses, nothing.
I don't
You
got to
gotta do
move. I
nothing.
don't got to do nothing.
None of
I
your
still work in the
addresses
same building.
changes. You're not land on new streets. Nothing.
But you know
Nothing.
that's you know how much that's got to be just a life to play professional sports in LA.
Could be a nightmare.
Absolutely.
That traffic is a nightmare.
It's worth it. I mean, I'll be in that traffic and I don't even play professional sports, and I still love it. So shit, I'm like, you know, you feel me, Double? Yo, we in LA. Damn that traffic. I'm on shit. Damn that traffic. I'm getting Louis Burger at 2 a.m. I don't care about that traffic.
That's
Oh,
okay.
man.
I already
somebody
deal with the
else
traffic
had-
in the court. I do in the Bentley. What? I'm sitting
Somebody
the
got-
Phantom in traffic. What?
Right.
Some of the guys had places in downtown Los Angeles to fight the traffic. So like on game day, like I ain't got to go because I don't live close. Like the facility, I live like 45 minutes away from the facility. So like on game day, trying to get to the game is a nightmare. So like some of the guys had places in the downtown area. That way I don't got to fight traffic to get to the arena. My
thing is like it also depends on where you're from, because some people don't grow up in areas that have traffic. So I'm used to traffic. It's not no big deal to me. But on top of that too, it ain't like it's stop and go traffic all day. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Have some responsibility. Not all day, Chilltown. It's slowed down, but it ain't stop and go all day. Expect maybe on a 405 from time to time.
405. I'm trying to figure out where all these people going.
Yeah,
what
I'm saying, but there's other ways. People got to know how to maneuver. You can get on the 91 and cross from this freeway to the other freeway. Man, just drive your car. People be taking that traffic stuff too far. On top of that, have some responsibility. Leave at 11 a.m. instead of 3 p.m. You know what I'm saying? Get downtown. You need to be at the facility early anyway, getting stretched, getting up some jump shots. What you leaving the house? What you leaving the house 3 hours before the game for anyway?
I'm not tripping no matter what. 45-minute drive. I'm in the back seat, laid back on these plush leather seats. Hey, on these plush leather seats, watching me a good ass movie, boy. Liban Ali said, Shams just said Doc was a consultant in December.
Yeah, what does that even mean? Somebody clean this up for me. What does that even mean? Like, why is Doc the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks? Why not just hire him right in the beginning?
Because snake activities, man. He probably didn't want to coach. He probably didn't have an interest in coaching at the time, or I don't know what it was. Wanted to give Lil Bro a shot, but from what I heard about the news and everything like that, he was the consultant for Adrian Griffin, and this was Adrian's first head coaching gig, was it not? I mean, yes, was he on Doc Rivers' camp before? Like, was he an assistant to Doc Rivers? Right? Was he not? I mean, was he? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about his past. I'm not sure about his past.
He was in. Let's see. He was in Toronto. I do remember that. Let's see. I want. There's somebody else he was. I want to say Denver too. I think he was in Denver also.
I just know that if he was the consultant, I want to say he was under Nick Nurse. From what, if my recollection is right, from what I heard, he was under Nick Nurse, and when he got the job, he asked Nick Nurse who did he consult, who was his guy that he went to, who taught him up, and he said Doc Rivers. So he went with Doc Rivers as a consultant. He was like, all right, I'm gonna do what my teacher did, type stuff. I say it's snake activity because there's no way a guy that wasn't in your camp, that came up under your camp, there's no way this guy uses you as a consultant and then you get his job when he gets fired immediately.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like this is crazy. In like the moment he got fired, the same day they're in contract negotiations. It wasn't even a search. It wasn't even okay, what are we going to do? They knew where they were going to go beforehand. He knew well before Adrian Griffin knew he was getting fired, he was getting a job. That's snake activity. That's crazy.
Chilltown. I'm going through problems with my girl. I'll call you up. I'm like, Chilltown, I need some advice. I need some help. I need you to get me through this relationship. You're helping me for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden she breaks up with. I'm calling you over, yo. Come chill with me in my basement. Come drink a beer with me. Come to dinner. Yada yada yada. I'll start bringing you around a little more, and all of a sudden our relationship continues to get more rockier and rockier and rockier. And eventually one day she's just like, yo, this isn't working. I need you out. I need you to get out. We're done. And then the next day I see her in your car.
No, not the next day. The same day.
I got this, Chilltown. I got this, Chilltown.
The same day. You see me riding off with her.
Well, that's That's the thing, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they see where you getting your game from. That the organization, the girl you using the example, you bringing the OG around, and she's seeing, oh, you just emulating him. I might as well just go with him. That's, you know what I'm saying? They like, so you trying to be like Doc Rivers. You know what I'm saying? We go get Doc Rivers. That's just like, you know what I'm saying? That's just how the game go. You know what I'm saying? Shit, if you getting your game from somewhere else, don't let her know that.
I don't like it. I don't.
It don't look great, but you know, it's just where the game go.
If you need to learn more,
the front office can't be sentimental about it, Ron. Like, they're trying to win.
if you need to hear more about relationship advice and things of that nature, go check out the Champagne Room on Big Ox Media channel.
Great, yes, great relationship advice on there.
No plug.
Yo, my little brother.
W plug.
Hey, we chilling. My little brother like, yo, I seen Ox on Champagne Room. He was like, I didn't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. W Champagne Room.
Like, I didn't know he was. I didn't know he lived like this. I'm like,
yes,
from time to time.
Yes, that.
Ill Magic said, my prediction for the West: OKC will lose first round. Lakers will lose in the play-in. Clippers battle in the Western Conference Finals. Dallas will lose in the second round. Do we agree with any of these?
All of
Hell
it.
no.
OKC are losing the first round. Lakers is losing it. So Lakers ain't making the playoffs. Clippers are going to be in a Western Conference Championship, and Dallas is going to lose in the second round.
I agree.
I don't agree.
I can see.
I'd be surprised if the Lakers. I would say I'd be surprised if they didn't make the playoffs, but the way that they've been playing. Ugh.
Oh no,
Houston's
not that.
destroying
I'm
them in the
expecting.
play.
I'm expecting us to claw and nail through the play-in. I'm not surprised we're losing the play-in. That's not it. The Clippers in the West Conference Finals, buddy. Have you not been watching basketball the last couple of years? Ain't nothing changing. The Clippers you're talking about.
It's the Clippers, like the Cowboys.
When the Clippers win the chip this year, oh my god!
Yeah,
Oh
y'all
my!
better
You know what's
stop
crazy?
playing.
You know what's crazy?
Y'all
Y'all sound like Cowboy fans. I'm telling you, y'all sound like Cowboy fans.
Mars, you better stop playing with me.
Cowboys finally do it. All right.
I said to you before the season started, what kind of conversation are we going to have if this thing works?
Hey, man, let Kawhi get his third ring and third finals MVP, man. Let James Harden become an NBA champion.
I ain't even talking about them. The one guy. How about the one guy?
Let Russell Westbrook.
Oh my God!
Letting you guys know, man.
That's gonna be a nasty summer of basketball talk. The narratives that's gonna get pushed. Listen, I'm gonna let you know now. They win. Hey, Paul George and Kawhi are in a new light. Kawhi is all-time. He is top 10. I don't know who.
Kawhi's over KD all time. Paul George has surpassed. Paul George is in the Paul Pierce realm of players in terms of like top 40 type guys. Russell Westbrook has passed John Stockton and any other player.
That's where the love stops. Where the love stops.
I'm like, that's what it's gonna be. Russell Westbrook passing.
I was with everything else.
James Harden passes Allen Iverson. James Harden is now in the D-Wade conversation.
Russell Westbrook is a top 5 point guard all time. I'm telling you.
For real, y'all really want to hear the James Harden story? Let that boy make it. Hey, just make it to the championship, right. and he's playing decently. I'll let y'all define decently. He's playing decently.
Russell Westbrook.
I got y'all. Before game one of the finals, I got y'all with that story.
Russell Westbrook is a top 5 point guard all time. Kawhi Leonard is top 10 all time, undisputed. Oh my God, okay. Damo, you are not lying. This is going to be nasty.
It's a nasty summer, and that's why I can't wait for them not to win, so we don't got to deal with that.
So we don't have to talk about that.
Yeah.
With that being said,
the summer will be a bad time for the narrative legacy talks if the Clippers win. Bad time. I'm gonna hate it.
The Clippers are 8-2 in their last 10 games on a 3-game winning streak, and they are 1.5 games out of the first place in the Western Conference. And keep in mind the OKC Thunder are tied right now with the Minnesota Timberwolves for first place, and I think they actually own the tiebreaker, so they're technically number 1 right now. So shout out to Thunder.
Chilltown, if the Clippers win this year, I'm gonna write like a about a I don't know, it's gonna be long though. I'm gonna explain to you, Chilltown, why Kawhi Leonard should be in that GOAT conversation. If the Clippers win it, Chilltown, I'm good. That's the only narrative I'm pushing all summer is that Kawhi Leonard should be in the GOAT conversation.
He should be in the GOAT. If Damo, see what you started?
No. I just thought of something even worse than that. Say Say the Lakers lose in the play-in, the Clippers win the chip, and then LeBron's like, "Yeah, I want to go play with Bronny wherever else." Oh man, LeBron's never the GOAT. He got ran out of LA by the Clippers. The Clippers won their ring on your watch. Not only did all these other players dominate and win on your watch, because I don't know the narratives. How many players ate while LeBron was in his reign? The Clippers won at the end of your reign. Don't retire. You retire, lose to the Clippers. I can never put you above 2.
He's going to play for the Clippers, Damo. They win it. He's going to play for them next year. That's what's going to happen. He's going to play for the Clippers.
If the Clippers got Bronny and LeBron joined them,
my God.
There it is, Mars. He's going to play there next year.
LeBron can go to any team except for the Clippers if they beat him and draft Bronny. Thing about it is, it's like, all right, Bronny's still in your same locker room. He's still in the same state. Well, not in the same stadium anymore.
The stadium about to open up.
But he's still in the same city. It's like, Bron, just stay put.
You know how much ticket sales that arena will be sold out in an hour every game.
James Leonard, Paul George, Russ.
He already said it. He planted the seed. I just want to go play with my son. Years ago. He already did this a while ago. Let the Clippers beat him and then draft Bronny with the 30th pick in the first round. And he goes to you gonna go to the team that beats you? Yeah. You just gonna run from the grunt and forget his son playing for the team.
KD who?
The GM manifested his son going to the Clippers to justify it. Like, all right, buddy. All right.
If that happens, I ain't gonna lie. That next panel episode, I'm just gonna put myself on mute and just listen to Ticket go crazy.
Oh,
I'm gonna just put myself on mute and just sit back like, well, this is beautiful.
Ron, we have a $50 super chat.
It appears that we do have a $50 super chat from Personal Choice. Personal Choices.
That's a crazy way to spell that.
Personal Choices.
Chalk-eyes.
Personal Chalk-eyes said, "What does a chip and Finals MVP do for KD's legacy? Is he top 10?" Let's talk about it, fellas.
He probably goes back over Steph Curry for most people. Because most people think he's better than Steph, but he doesn't have the accolades. But if he wins one without Steph, he's probably back over him.
I feel like, go ahead. I was about to say, I feel like a ring in the Finals MVP on the Suns is going to be on the same lines of how I felt about, at least for me, how I felt about Kevin Durant going to the Nets. This is the move you were supposed to. This is the way you should have went about it when you left the Thunder. You should have went and built something. No matter where it was, you should have went and built something other than jumping on a already built ship. With the Suns, you can say they were already a built ship in theory, but I mean, they sold half the team to get them. Essentially, they traded half the team, every asset they had that made them a finals team to get him. This is still building a different ship. He wins with this. I feel like it's a legitimate title, legitimate Finals MVP. I don't know if that puts him top 10 for me though, because I don't have him 11 right now. I don't have him 12 right now.
That puts him over D-Wade though, right?
No, what?
No, I'm just asking.
He's been over D-Wade.
I already got him over D-Wade.
He passed D-Wade.
I got him over D-Wade.
7 years ago.
I didn't know that.
Another one for him. If he gets another one in the Finals MVP, for me, it puts him over D-Wade.
Y'all just hate D-Wade. This is crazy.
I didn't know he was at a point where people were saying, is KD over? I thought it was unanimous. He was already.
Oh, yeah, no.
I didn't know I was in the minority of thinking that.
I thought it was common knowledge that KD's over D-Wade. I guess not.
No, I'm with you. Yeah, hold on, wait. You're saying that he's over D-Wade, or you're saying D-Wade's over KD?
He paused D-Wade. I didn't even know there was D-Wade conversations.
I didn't know either.
Mark said 7 years ago.
I thought it was
unanimous the other way. I thought it was unanimous.
Oh wait, Damo, you got him over D-Wade too?
No,
he's got D-Wade. Me and Damo both thought it was unanimous, just the other way.
Yeah, I'm with Damo. I thought it was unanimous D-Wade right still.
I'm about to run a poll right now.
Unanimous KD was over D-Wade. Well, I guess not. Clearly not.
Okay,
yeah. I'm gonna run a poll right after
you said that you got KD though too, right?
I got KD over D-Wade. Yes, I do.
But it's been like that for a long time.
Yes, I've had KD over.
My fault, guys. We've never had that conversation, but I didn't know that was.
I honestly never did.
I didn't know it wasn't.
It's never come to my mind that people had D-Wade over KD. I thought
it's always been like universal. Like is Dwayne Wade better than KD? No, period.
Yeah, I've never conversed with people who had like D-Wade over KD.
I've never had a conversation.
Oh, I've never had a conversation. Is he better than KD? No, but is he greater?
Here we go. Here we go.
I don't know.
I can have both
even from an accomplishment standpoint.
I can do better. I can do better and greater with you both.
KD's achieved more than D Wade has in the NBA.
I mean, I guess.
If you look at that Boston reference, KD will have more accolades.
Opportunity.
How's it blasphemy to say KD in 2017 was over D Wade all time? I guess.
Well, I'm about to say, who said blasphemy? Whoa.
Nick in the chat said it's blasphemy for me to say KD passed D Wade 7 years ago.
He said
my fault.
D Wade never got an MVP. I'm about to say that's the one thing I would assume would be the.
If you didn't feel like
not the one thing,
but if you didn't feel like that, if you didn't feel like that after 2017, after 18, you had to have. I mean, if we're going off. If we're going off the championship logic and not just the championship logic, just everything that he did up until that point. I mean, if you didn't feel like that after 17, you had to at least acknowledge it in 18. You had to at least acknowledge it in 18.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm one of those people who I ain't gonna hold you. That Warriors stint, nothing changed for me. Like wherever I had Kevin Durant before he got on the Warriors. That is where he stayed while he was on the Warriors. He proved nothing to me.
So that's just a 3-year blank slate on KD's career.
Honestly,
it just doesn't. Nothing happens. That explains it. Yeah, if you take 3 years of someone's career and say nothing happened, he was unemployed for 3 years.
We just didn't. It just didn't change anything for me. Like him being there, nothing in my mind, nothing changed. Like he didn't.
If he lost, would he have moved down? If he lost, would he have moved down?
No.
So it just
no matter what he did,
unless he went out there and pulled a LeBron 2011, which I doubt, I really doubt it would have happened. Unless he went out there and shot the bed and they lost, no, he could have went out there and averaged 35 and lost, and I'd be like,
losing in 17 or 18 would have been detrimental for his resume for sure.
I'm just saying,
losing in 17 or 18 would have been extremely detrimental. In my eyes, it would have been detrimental to me. I won't say that it's just blank, but I will say like it's not like he got better at basketball. You know, when he was with the Warriors, in my eyes, I just think he was just still Sam KD. So I agree with you, Damo, on the point of like you went over there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wow. So you only would pay attention if he failed. I literally just did I speak Mandarin?
No,
I literally
Cantonese. I think that was a Cantonese dialect.
I literally just said win or lose, he wouldn't have moved up or down for me. Because going there proved nothing. Win or lose, Kevin Durant was going to be the same player to me. He didn't prove anything or disprove anything. It just blank slate. I don't know what to tell you. Him going to the Nets, I valued that. That's when I was like, okay, what are you about to do? Are you about to prove that you
really should have won? Man.
The
problem with KD and Harden's resumes are so different if they actually win.
Absolutely. But Morris, I can say this too, right quick, chill. I can say this too. Dwayne Wade is in a whole nother light. If he gets the Finals MVP that he really deserved to win,
he was definitely going to win it. If they would have beat Dallas, he would have won the Finals MVP. 100%.
Dwayne Wade's in a whole nother realm.
Yeah, he definitely would have won the Finals if they would have won that.
Not for the people who tax KD's rings, because like that's the super team.
Well, D Wade has 2 rings that are taxed in, but he has a Finals MVP too, and he has 3 rings that are taxed now.
Why he got a tax? Why he getting taxed in 06?
I say, why is he getting? 06 isn't taxed. Why is he getting taxed? Why is he getting taxed?
If you tax KD's rings for super team tax,
it's not
super team tax.
It's not tax. It's not super team tax. That's not what it is.
So why is LeBron's rings taxed in Miami?
I don't think LeBron's rings taxed. I don't tax LeBron.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about
you talking about the masses. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead. The masses. Go ahead.
Yeah, those people, if you tax LeBron's rings, you'd have to tax D Wade's rings. And if you tax KD's rings, you'd have to tax D Wade's rings. So those people, D Wade's LeBron Miami years, those rings shouldn't mean anything to you, especially when D Wade was getting worse in 12 and 13. Those rings shouldn't mean anything to you. So for you to have KD below D Wade, in my opinion, those 2 rings he won in Miami with LeBron, if you factor those in, you're just hating on KD, in my opinion. Like that doesn't make sense in my brain that you can give D Wade credit for 12 and 13. On a super team when he's clearly the second best player, clearly inferior to LeBron, and then say KD's rings don't count, even though many would argue he was the best player on the team. He won the Finals MVPs, and you still say his doesn't count. That doesn't make sense.
Damo, ain't that what you're doing though? Because what you want to do is you want to erase 16, 17, and 18. You want to erase his entire time there. Not saying erase it where it doesn't. Well, actually, yeah, it doesn't exist because he did win there. Meanwhile, with Dwayne Wade being in Miami, you credit that. We can't. That sounds like that's on both sides of the fence right there.
It's reasoning behind the super teams and everything like that. For me, I evaluated based off of, in terms of moving up and down my list, you would have to disprove things that I think about you. Him playing on the Warriors, he could have went and made a super team in Toronto. I would have looked at it as, hey, I'm crediting it. I'm giving you flowers for that.
So if he wins those in New York,
in New York, I value it. I literally look at it. I'm like, okay, bet. It proves something to me. You built something, you made something cool. I cannot look at a guy of his caliber going to a team that won a championship when you had something to prove. So you go to a team that won a championship that beat you, all the semantical narrative things, whatever it is you want to call it, right. All those things leading up to it. I can't say you got better because of that. The game got easier for you. That doesn't mean you got better because of it. Kevin Durant was already a killer. He's the most ethical hooper I know of my generation. I already have high standards for him. I can't sit there and say, oh, he got better because you can't double him now. He's playing with the greatest shooter of all time and the guy who I think is better than him. I didn't say he was better than Steph Curry by joining Steph Curry's team because in 2016, I said Steph Curry is better than him. And Curry beat him. There's no way he's going to go to his team now and now I'm like, oh, well, you're playing with them, so you're better. No, that's wild. Especially when Curry goes on record saying, oh, well, hell, Clay's not taking less shots. Draymond doesn't shoot. I'll take less shots so you'll be comfortable. Curry said that. I'm not about to knock Curry for that. He's trying to win.
So can't we use that same logic with Dwayne Wade? Because I'd like to think, even though that he was on the other side of his prime, he still was awesome with LeBron James. And he did play better with LeBron James. He was able to get better shots with LeBron James. He was able to be a better defender with LeBron James. All of these things enhanced Wade's game. Now, physically, he was starting to break down when we got closer to 13 and 14. He was starting to break down. But when he first got there, that was the logic. He absolutely got better. So if I'm going to tax him, if I'm going to tax KD, and I think I see where your logic is, you taxing KD because he jumped on the Warriors because they beat him. If they didn't beat him, if that Warriors team ends up winning the NBA championship, but they went through, I don't know, let's say that they didn't go through Oklahoma City. They went through San Antonio, they went through Memphis, and they went through somebody else. And KD then jumped on their team. I think that your logic is different as opposed to.
I will feel a bit different. I will feel a little bit different. I will still have if they still win that championship, or well, not win that championship, they didn't win in 16. So I would feel differently. If the Warriors if it wasn't anything between Kevin Durant and the Warriors and they go on to the finals and then lose, it's like, all right, well, they need a nigga like Kevin Durant to win. Now they do. Like they need a guy like that. There was nothing like that. There was no prior history. But as competitors, I just don't especially at that time, I don't understand you blew a lead to these guys. They went on past you, then you leave to go join them. That's crazy to me. So yes, I would look at it a lot differently now, actually.
All right, y'all, we got to keep pushing. Pit name Slickback said, I don't know about the narratives, but I will say respect to Steve Ballmer as an owner now. He went through a lot of BS with those stars and stuck through. I respect him more than clowns like Joe Tsai, Nets owner.
He didn't know what he was doing, though. Him and the guy before him, the Russian guy, they had no clue what they were doing. That's why the Russian guy ended up getting out. Like Steve Ballmer actually knows what he's doing.
DSG Piccolo said, speaking of Wade, have any of you seen this podcast? First episode had Tony Parker, Dirk, and Powell on it. Good conversation.
You know whose podcast got good conversation? This one. We don't pay attention to them other dudes. We don't. That's like asking us, yo, you been to the Clippers practice and we play for the Lakers. Yo, you been to this practice? No, we don't do that. This is us. We don't pay no attention to Gilbert Arenas. No.
Styles Black with the super chat said, last night Chris Haynes said the Bucks told him they didn't expect to compete for a championship. That's why they hired Griffin. Makes no sense.
No. Hell no.
I'm just not gonna believe that. No.
Hell no.
Either Chris
see why we
Haynes
listen to headlines and shit like
I'm gonna say, yeah. Either Chris Haynes is a liar or the Bucks are terrorists. Oh my God. These front offices are worse than I thought. Oh my Lord.
We're gonna go out and we're gonna show Giannis how serious we are and how committed we are. But then we're gonna go behind his back and tell him, you really ain't really committed to winning the NBA championship this year. What? No way is that happening. No.
We got to just only believe what we see on the floor, and you know what I'm saying, based on the moves that are made and stuff like that. Just based what we can see, because when we hearing stuff like that is just crazy. I wouldn't trade it for Dame Lillard to compare him with Giannis because we didn't think we were going to compete for the championship.
Well,
and even if somebody told Chris, if I'm what's his name, Chris Hayes?
Chris Haynes.
If somebody told me that, I wouldn't even repeat it. You know what I'm saying? I got to vet everything that I hear and then repeat. I can't just be a parrot. Okay. Nah, I'm keeping that out of here. I'm not even saying that. Like,
well,
nah,
people in the
y'all
chat
gonna look at me crazy, Damo.
They're saying that came out before they made the Dame trade. So when they were still unsure about everything going on with the rest of the team, that's when they said they weren't sure if they were going to compete, if there's any validity to it, that makes a bit more sense. Before you made the Dame trade, when it was a bunch of uncertainty, maybe you didn't know.
Drew, though, you still are championship contenders.
You got Giannis.
You got Giannis, Drew. You still got Chris Middleton coming back. You still got one of the better the better centers in the league in general. Brook Lopez, you still had a championship roster.
Can I ask, when the Mavericks lost to the Golden State Warriors, when the Warriors became the first team, the first 8 seed, what did they do the next year? Did they rehaul? Did they I'm not talking about what did they do as a team, but I'm saying with that unit, what did they do after that? Did they rehaul? Did they make moves? What did they do? Because
this is before they won the NBA championship.
Yeah, you're talking about the 07 Mavericks going into 2008. What did they do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when the 07 Mavericks lost to the Warriors and they were the first 1 seed to lose to an 8 seed, did they immediately jump ship? Did guys start moving? Did they panic? Because I feel like that might be one of the things, because the Bucks just did that last year. I don't know if was it first seed 8 seed or was it second seed 7 seed with the Heat?
It was 1-8. It was 1-8.
1-8. Okay, so maybe they were in panic mode. Like after that, you become one of the teams that allowed an 8 seed to beat you, no matter what the circumstances are. Are you in panic mode after that? I would just
it can't be no matter what the circumstances though, Damo, because there was a big circumstance. Like your best player broke his back. He was hurt, not literally, but he was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure the Bucks win that series as well as Jimmy played. Right. And no knock to the Heat, because you can only play who's on the floor against you. They won that series, even Stevens, fair and square. But I don't think anybody in the Bucks organization isn't aware of the fact that Giannis was hurt. You know what I mean? Like that's a big deal.
Fellas, we got about 15 minutes. I'm going to speed read through these super chats. If you do want to react, get a quick reaction in, and we're going to move on to the next one. MP13 said, what is this ESPN-ass conversation, man? Downplaying CP3 while your Sabonis and Trae Young fans is crazy. This is embarrassing. Do you feel embarrassed, Docs? Do you?
I'm never embarrassed.
Okay. Trae Young clears. It's just Jose said, all this CP3 aggression. Where's Dub?
Oh yeah, Dub for sure would have been defending CP3.
We've been through this with Dub before.
Showtime AP said, Ox wilding with this Clippers take. They won 50+ games, like 4 straight years. How did they overachieve?
That don't mean nothing to me. I'm talking about, you know what I'm saying? What did they do?
They won 50+ games. That's what they did.
The second round is overachieving.
I think they overachieved. I just don't think that team was that good. Like I'm talking about just the way they were put together. I don't think that's a championship. I don't think that's compiled to win a championship. I just don't see it.
I can agree, but they went to the second round. So you don't think that's a second round caliber team?
They were about where they finished. They were about there. I just don't think
so. They didn't overachieve. They did what you expected.
Well, I mean, when I said that, Mars, I said that in the heat of battle. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
you know what I mean? When I look back at it, like, okay, it was the second round. That's about right. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you thought they were. That's what you thought.
That's about right.
You didn't think they were.
They are who we thought they were.
Yeah, I don't see. I just don't see that team as winning the championship.
Chill, I know you remember that. They are who we thought they were.
Let's crown their ass. If you want to crown them, go ahead and crown them.
I don't think Blake Griffin being your supposed to be best player, whatever he was, just the fact that Blake Griffin was a top 6 power forward in the NBA isn't enough to me. Like,
it's just Jose said, is Doc's success the product of good GMs?
All coaches' success is a product of good GM, and they build the units. I mean, Pat Riley's success was the result of building a good team. Spo's success is the result of building a good team. All coaches are that's the result of their success. I gotta have a good unit in order to win. Ain't nobody winning with a mediocre team. Nobody.
Liam McLean said, "Who is each of yours most underappreciated player today?"
Tyrese.
Most underappreciated player.
Mars has Tyrese.
DeMontis Sabonis.
Man, F it. Christian Wood, man. Christian Wood.
Mike Conley.
Respect the Wood, man.
Mike Conley.
Give me the guy that nobody talks about that averages 26 and 10. You guys can figure it out who it is. I don't know. It's only
Trae Young.
One player that's averaging 26 and 10.
Oh, Trae
Young.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's second straight year he's doing that. Years before that, 25 and 9.
Nobody cares, man.
Yeah, exactly. Underappreciated. I got a $99.99 super chat saying free Almighty Lambo.
Now you have
next time, don't be short that penny. Chilltown might not always have it.
I might not, yo. I might not. I had it today though. I got you, but I might not always have it, big odds.
He sent through another super chat worth $1.99. He said there's 2 more. That wouldn't necessarily make it right. It's 2 different bonds that are being paid. One bond was technically $99, the other one was $199.
You can combine the dough, Ron. I can pay the bond with 2 different credit cards, Ron. I can pay with cash and then pay with a credit card too. I can do that.
My bad. I can do that.
What is the deal, yo?
D9 said Dub Bell Bond, L Ron for scamming a penny. Y8MS says someone free me. He then said, Creamtown, I know you got me, bro. Free me. Then he said, how much to free me? Yo, Y8, I promise you. Hey, that $100 bill pales in comparison to you. But I'll just throw a number out there. $250.
What did y'all do?
But just pay with $250 or
that's what Mars said.
250 different credit cards and just send $1 and we got you.
Mars like, what happened, yo? How's your bill 500,000? What did you do?
Nicholas Arroyo said, if the Bucks win with Doc Rivers, I'm gonna need some praise from Ox and Damo because I know you some Giannis haters.
Giannis haters? What? Wait, I'm a Giannis hater now? Since when? I love the Greek Freak. What?
No, you hate.
Since when? When did I start hating Giannis?
You always been hating.
Give me 3 hate takes. Come on.
Superchats.
Exactly.
I'm comfortable with that. If holding them accountable is hating, I'm all right with that.
Terry with 2 dads said, Doc about to unlock Cam the GOAT Payne.
that jump shot looks so goofy, but it's cash though. Like he shoot like the rim here, he shoot this way. This is how he that look wild as hell. It look wild as hell, Damo. It look wild as hell. It's cash though.
Nicholas Arroyo said top 5 most wanted players on this trade deadline.
Alex Caruso, Herb Jones.
I think Malcolm Brogdon is probably wanted by a few teams.
Yes.
DeJounte,
yeah.
Do we want to put Zach in there?
No. I heard the Knicks are shopping Quentin Grimes. I don't know how. I know Houston wanted, but I don't know how wanted he is. But he's another player I think is.
Kuz not an asset? Nobody want Kuz?
I don't know. Larry Markkinen is definitely most one. Mikal Bridges maybe.
I'm pushing
Bruce Brown.
I like Bruce.
I mean,
Bruce for sure.
Brooklyn are doing what exactly with Mikal? He's 27, might as well. It's not like
he's 27.
Yeah, he played 4 years of college.
Yeah, Mikal not 23, 24. Mikal 27.
Or he played 3, I think. It was 3 or 4, one of the 2. But keeping it pushing, Brack said Brooklyn would have won with that pre-Harden team.
They would have won with the Harden team if 2 of them ain't get hurt. In my opinion, anyway. That's Brack,
I'm here to tell you, Brooklyn ain't never been shit. Brooklyn ain't never gonna be shit. And you should just go over the bridge and go to Manhattan, brother.
Oh yeah, because the Knicks are notorious for being good.
I mean, Philly right down the street too. You can rock with them as well.
Another team notorious for being good.
Brax, that's unfortunate. But Nicholas Arroyo sent through another super chat and said, I'm going to take it a step further. Kawhi is better than Kevin Durant, and it ain't even close. I don't know why it's even a discussion on without the Warriors, KD would have won nothing.
Just so you know, and depending on what we just got finished talking about, where they end up, Bron, if they end up winning the NBA championship and who they go through. So if the Clippers end up going through Denver and they go through Phoenix and they end up going through these guys, the narrative is going to change completely.
I have a hard time saying.
Kawhi's the GOAT.
Your body of work is better than KD's 13 plus years. It's difficult for me to do that.
Me too.
But if you want to argue peak for peak, I mean, yeah, I think there's a conversation. But career body of work, nah, I can't do that.
Does anybody know who Ticket TV's Pookie Bear is?
Yeah, that's who it is.
Well, whoever Ticket TV's Pookie Bear is sent through a super chat and said, KD two peats. If KD two peats, I'm assuming KD two peats, he's top 3 to 5. If not, where would you rank him?
Just say repeat. You don't need to say two-peat. There's no such thing as a two-peat. It's just a repeat.
I'm gonna say KD 2-peat. What the hell are we talking about? What?
Yeah.
If he two-peats.
KD repeats as a champion, so goes back to back. Is he top 3 to 5? Well, for me, no.
So if he does it again, so if he goes back to back again.
Yeah.
No.
For me, no. For me, no. Because I don't rank off the rings and stuff. But if he has 4 rings, 4 finals MVPs, a lot of people have to put him in their top 7-ish.
Yo, if KD run off 2 in a row this year, next year, I don't know, but
he has to be over Larry Bird and Hakeem and those guys. He has to.
We gonna have
people
to
who care about that stuff. You have to
from the winning aspect.
Winning, longevity, career stats, the scoring titles, the All NBA teams. Like, what would be the argument for Larry Bird over KD if he has more rings, more Finals MVPs, 27 a game for his career, longer longevity, more scoring type? Like, what's the argument for Larry Bird?
He was white tax.
No, that's not it. Because again, that's not it. Because Bird had a 9-year stretch where he was awesome. But KD, to do that, even though I still think Bird better than him, but the other stuff matters.
I still may apply that.
I would have to think about that. I would. But I don't have to worry about that because I don't see KD winning it back to back, so I'm good.
I'd love to see that.
I would too. I'm not
just
gonna lie.
for the spectacle.
I would love to see it just so I can push Bradley Beal propaganda and Bobo propaganda.
Oh, the Bradley Beal.
Bobo would only be there for one of the rings. Bobo would only be there for this ring. He ain't resigning.
Back to back NBA champs. Bradley Beal's a top 5 guard all time.
I can't wait to start telling people Bradley Beal better than T-Mac. Oh man,
I'm telling you, back-to-back NBA champs.
Super chat. We're not hearing Bill with a team.
I want to get down with that Bradley with all Bradley Beal takes though. Bradley Beal gets two chips. I'm with that. Not better than T-Mac. I'm gonna leave that alone. But Brad is getting a mean agenda pushed by me.
Yeah, mine's is more so gonna be D-Book. Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna be unbearable. Leaf Diggy said, Ron, watch your effing mouth, bro. Look, yo, Leaf, I'm just trying to help y'all out so y'all can sleep good at night, so y'all don't got to be stressing, drinking 40s midday and all of that stuff. Hey, so you could get along with your mama and your sisters and stuff like that. Just relax. It's not it. Go over to Madison Square Garden.
Drinking OE at 2 p.m. is nuts.
I'm about to say, I thought they gentrified Brooklyn. They out here drinking English in the morning.
Brooklyn wild as hell today, yo. And when I say wild, I don't mean wild like dangerous. I'm talking wild like condos and hospitals and white people, like that kind of wild.
Yeah. They still out throwing them stoops drinking OE at 2 p.m. now.
And real quick to you two dudes in the chat, just so you know, in 20 years, there's gonna be a dude that comes along that's 6'10", super nice with the pill. He's gonna be scoring. It's gonna be ridiculous, and they're gonna tell you that KD was a plumber and he was better than KD, and you're gonna want to strangle him. You just watch.
Wemby right here. Wemby's gonna be better than KD. He's
Wemby right here. Now watch what's gonna happen. Mars, watch. That's what's gonna happen.
They'll be right if they say Wemby gonna be better than KD.
Watch what's this gonna be a 6'11" guy. that could score with the best of them. You watch, Stunner. You watch. Call me a chatter all you want, but you watch.
You cook, Stunner. Nicholas Arroyo said, "There's no erasing the rings, but to avoid like these sorry ass rings carry the same weight, we are just lying."
But we can't just act like he didn't do anything though. Like he wasn't just along for the ride. That's the downside. That's the side that we don't talk about with KD. Even though KD did win, like he was still awesome on those crews. He did his job.
It sounds like it's a lose-lose for KD because if he lost, you just say he's trash, and then when he wins is when you were meant to win. But we've seen so many super teams.
That's what it is.
That's why I said I think if they lost the first year and then won 18 and 19, I think KD would get more credit because they wouldn't look so unbeatable. But because they went 16 and won the first playoff run, it's like, yeah, this team is just unstoppable. But
F you too, Stunner. I feel the same.
Cameron Johnson said Bucks aren't winning the finals with Doc as the head coach. And then Liban Ahmad said Greek wins a chip with Bud and Doc. He's the GOAT. All right, y'all. Appreciate you for tapping in. If you haven't liked the video yet, go ahead and like it now on the way out. Catch us on playback a little later today. It is going to be 2 games on playback. One will be the Memphis Grizzlies at the Heat. It will be with Gifted and 7. The other will be the Phoenix Suns at the Dallas Mavericks with JD, Big Ox, and Jalen. Until then, go to www.playerschoicemerch.com and tap into press box next. Yeah, tap into press box. All right, y'all.
Where my merch at, Ron?
Later.